Alright, picture this. I'm standing in the middle of a giant fancy hall, wearing handcuffs like a fashion statement, while some old geezer on a throne reads my crimes out loud like it's a poetry slam. Chen Xian, 13th born, illegitimate, stole family money, leaked family secrets. Bro, I looked at a girl. That's it. That's the crime. My older brother Chen Tian had a crush on some princess from the Luoyuan mansion, and I, the absolute criminal that I am, glanced at her a few too many times at a party. So naturally, Big Bro framed me for theft and threw me in jail. Because that's a proportional response. But here's the twist they didn't see coming. I'm not even the original Chen Xian. I transmigrated into this body 3 days ago. Previous me had dead parents, 0 allies, and apparently the survival instincts of a lemming. Current me? I've got plans. So the punishment is, pick a wife and 3 concubines, then get banished to the border to spread the family bloodline. They're literally telling me to go far away with beautiful women and start my own thing. You guys realize this is a reward, right? Bring in the criminal women. The clan leader booms. In walk a dozen women in chains and rags, looking like they've been through hell. But even covered in prison grime, every single one of them is drop-dead gorgeous. We're talking merchant daughters, noble ladies, and, wait, hold on. Is that a princess? My eyes lock onto the woman at the front. Tall, proud, standing like she owns the place even in shackles. This is Li Xiaoying, the Pingyang princess of the enemy empire. The Great Tang's actual royal blood. She accidentally wandered into our territory, slapped a Chun family member, got captured, and the family just kept her. Like a stolen library book, they're too embarrassed to return. Now here's the chess move my idiot brother didn't think through. He planted Li Xiaoying in this lineup hoping I'd pick her, then he'd tip off the Tang emperor, and boom, I'm dead. Assassination by angry dad. Except, that angry dad, that's a whole empire backing my wife. Chen Tian, you absolute walnut. You just tried to hand me the most powerful mother-in-law situation in history. I choose her as my wife, I announce. The room goes nuclear. He's insane. She'll kill him in his sleep. Pick the old lady in the back, at least she's safe. Meanwhile, Li Xiaoying had just spit on the ground in front of me and screamed, touch me and my father will annihilate your 9 generations of family. A guard whipped her back for that. Twice. Her clothes tore, skin split open, and I grabbed the whip on the second strike. Not because I'm a hero, because she's my investment. And then ding. A cold mechanical voice pops into my head. Li Xiaoying affection. 1. Affection system binding. Complete a system. I got a system. A dating sim system in a martial arts world. Every time a girl's affection hits certain milestones, 1, 30, 60, 100, I get rewards. Li Xiaoying's single point of, okay, maybe he's not total garbage, just gave me 4th stage warrior cultivation. From 0 to combat ready because a girl thought slightly less badly of me. I glance over at her, feeling pretty good about mice. Li Xiaoying affection. -1 she's glaring at me, covering her chest where the torn clothes are showing skin. Pervert, she hisses. I wasn't even looking there. Okay, maybe I was looking a little, but that's, you know what, never mind. This woman runs hot and cold faster than a broken shower. Moving on to concubine selection. 6 women left, each one beautiful in her own unique way. It's like being at a buffet where everything looks amazing, but you can only grab 3 plates and the manager is watching. I approach one pale, terrified girl, and before I can even open my mouth, she scrambles backward screaming, "Don't pick me. I don't want to be a concubine." Fair enough. In this world, concubines get treated like party favors, shared with guests, given away as gifts. I'm not that guy. I walk past her. Next up, a cold, composed woman standing with her eyes closed like she's meditating at her own funeral. Kill me or don't. I don't care. Now that's interesting. Because underneath that attitude, I can sense it. She's got martial energy. This woman is a warrior, a fighter disguised as a prisoner. I'll take her, I announce. The room gasps again. And then Chun Tian literally launches out of the crowd like a startled cat. Absolutely not. Oh? Oh ho ho. If my idiot brother doesn't want me to have her, then she must be exactly the right choice. Thank you for the confirmation, you magnificent fool. Every single move you make just keeps making my life better. So Chun Tian, my beloved big brother who framed me and threw me in jail over a glance. jumps out of the crowd screaming, "You can't pick her," like a toddler who just watched someone grab his favorite toy. Turns out, this cold warrior woman is a disciple from the Snow Sword sect. She's got 6th-stage warrior cultivation even while injured. Chun Tian planted her in the lineup on purpose. Not to kill me, but so he could claim her after the selection through some loophole. He rigged the whole game. He puts on his best, caring brother, act. Oh no, dear brother, she's too dangerous for you. You're just a cripple who can't cultivate. She'll murder you on the road. He really emphasized the word, cripple. Real classy, bro. Time to shut this clown up. I flex my shoulders and boom. Warrior energy explodes off my body, blasting dust across the floor like a mini tornado. 4th-stage warrior cultivation, baby. Thank you, Li Xiaoying, and your 1 point of grudging respect. Cultivation, I say casually. I never said I didn't have any. Qin Tian's eyeballs nearly pop out of his skull. You. How? You're supposed to be a waste. The whole room goes into meltdown mode. People are whispering like it's the juiciest gossip season of the year. Wasn't his meridian system blocked? The clan leader personally said he couldn't cultivate. Wait, did Qin Tian just get played? But I'm not done. Oh no, not even close. I check my system panel. 7 criminal women. All 7 are registered as affection targets. Every single one. I turn to the clan leader with the straightest face I can manage and say, I want all of them. All 7, including Li Xiaoying. The room goes so quiet you could hear a chopstick drop in the next province. Qin Tian looks like someone just told him his dog ate his homework, his house burned down, and his favorite restaurant closed. All at once. You're looking for death. The clan leader frowns. This is reckless, I shrug. My parents left me 3 mansions and a shop in the capital. I'm heading to the border anyway. No use for city property. Trade you. All of it. For all 7 women. Everyone thinks I'm an idiot. Trading prime capital real estate for 7 prisoners? The whispers are savage. This boy's brain is broken. Throwing away his inheritance for women. Just like those useless rich kids. But what they don't know is that each of these women is a walking EXP farm. Even at a 10-to-1 success rate, that's multiple power-ups waiting to happen. I'm not buying wives. I'm assembling a roster. The clan leader's eyes light up at the mention of free property. Greed wins. Fine. They're yours. Qin Tian's face turns the color of a tomato that got sunburned. He storms up to me the second the meeting ends, veins popping. Hand them over or you don't leave this place alive. I look at him the way you look at a mosquito that's trying to be intimidating. Try me. He throws a punch. Full power. 3rd-stage warrior cultivation behind it. I throw mine. 4th stage. Crack. His arm breaks. The sound is beautiful. He flies backward like 15 meters, crashes, coughs blood, and passes out cold. I stand over him. Garbage. You think you can compete with me? And the best part? Not a single family member goes to help him. They just chuckle and walk away. In this snake pit of a family, one less competitor is everyone else's gain. Cold. Yes. Hilarious? Absolutely. I bring all 7 women back to my little courtyard and start unlocking their chains one by one. Go take a bath. Clean up. I'll buy you all clothes. Li Xiaoying rubs her swollen wrists and stares at me with this confused expression, like she's trying to solve a math problem that doesn't make sense. 3 mansions and a shop. For US? Why? Yeah, sweetheart, I'm not explaining my gotcha strategy to you right now. Then the waterworks start. One girl breaks down crying. I thought I was gonna die? Thank you, master. I'll serve you forever as a cow or a horse. Then another one starts crying. Then a third. It's like emotional dominoes. One falls, they all fall. The whole courtyard turns into a sobbing festival. Only 2 women stay dry-eyed. Li Xiaoying, too proud, and the Snow Sword sect woman, too cold. I wave my hands desperately. I didn't save you so you could cry? Go wash up. We leave for the border tomorrow. Yes, SIR. They chorus through their tears. Then one curvy woman, who is clearly not the innocent maiden type, stands up, wipes her eyes, and announces with absolute conviction, "We'll repay your kindness by giving you lots of big fat babies." My eyes go wide. Hold on. They told me these were all unmarried young ladies. Who invited the experienced one? Not complaining, but the product description was misleading. Every other girl turns red as a cherry. These sheltered noble daughters have never heard someone say something that bold. Even Li Xiaoying quietly bites her lip. And then, ding 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 ding. Li Xiaoying, affection 1, not first time, no reward. Su Qingqing, affection 1, reward, 5th stage warrior cultivation. Lu Qiqi, affection 1, reward, fine steel longsword. And Ru Xue, affection -10. 5 out of 7 women just bumped up their affection. My cultivation just jumped to 5th stage in one afternoon. I also got a sword and some random knickknacks. But wait, and Ru Xue, -10. The exact woman Qin Tian was desperate to keep. She didn't just dislike me. She went straight into, actively plotting murder, territory. Interesting. Very interesting. Qin Tian, my man, you really do have terrible taste in women. The one you wanted most is the one most likely to stab me in my sleep. This is going to be fun. Alright, so step 1 of operation. Get out of this city alive. Sell everything. I left the girls at the courtyard and hit the streets like a man on a mission. First stop, pawn shops. Conveniently, most of them are owned by my own family, so the clerks all know me. They've also all heard about the idiot who traded 3 mansions for 7 criminal women. News travels fast in this city. Too fast. I sold off my remaining 2 small houses. All the gold and silver jewelry my parents left behind. Everything. Total haul, 6,000 silver taels. I converted it all into gold because carrying 6,000 pieces of silver is basically a workout. 600 gold pieces. Heavy in the hand, light in the heart. Am I a millionaire? No. But I feel like one for about 30 seconds before reality punches me in the face. The border is a war zone. People aren't living there, surviving with extra steps. And on top of that, Qin Tian is definitely going to send assassins after me on the road. And he's probably already writing a letter to the Tang Emperor saying, "Hey, your daughter is here, come get her, and while you're at it, kill the guy." So yeah, shopping montage time, but make it military. I walk into a blacksmith shop where some burly dude is hammering away at metal. The weapons on display are underwhelming. Basic iron swords, basic iron spears, the kind of stuff you'd see in a tutorial zone. Got anything in refined steel? I ask. The blacksmith looks up suspicious. Kid, refined steel weapons can hurt actual warriors. What exactly are you planning? I flash my Qin family badge. The magical, I'm from a powerful family, so shut up and take my money card. His eyes go wide. Then he squints. Wait, you're that Qin Xian? The one who blew his entire inheritance on 7 prison girls. My reputation precedes me. And it's the wrong reputation. Apparently Qin Tian has been spreading my business all over the capital since this morning. The whole city knows about Li Xiaoying being a Tang princess. The whole city knows about Ru Xue from the Snow Sword sect. My idiot brother is trying to pressure me into giving the women back by making it public. Except all he's actually doing is painting a giant target on my back for Tang Empire spies. I need to move fast. Are you selling weapons or gossip? I slam a gold piece on the counter. The blacksmith's eyes lock onto that gold like a cat spotting a laser pointer. Selling. Definitely selling. Final shopping list. 15 refined steel sabers, 2 gold pieces, 1 meteorite iron spear that was literally the shop's prized treasure, 10 gold pieces. The owner didn't want to sell it at first, but when I pulled out 10 shiny gold bars, he looked at me like I was his long-lost father and practically threw the spear at me. Then I discovered something beautiful. This guy has a secret stash of crossbows. Military grade. Technically super illegal. The Empire bans private crossbow sales because below Warrior Master rank. Crossbows are basically the nuclear option. 1 bolt goes through 2 people. I haggled for what felt like forever and bought 2 for 8 gold pieces. Grand total, 20 gold for an entire arsenal. Bargain. Now weapons? Check. But I still need bodyguards for the road. My eyes land on a big fancy building with gold letters. Chang'an Escort Bureau. Perfect. Hire some professional fighters to watch our backs on the journey. I walk toward the entrance and immediately get blocked by a girl with a red tasseled spear. She's wearing a sharp red outfit with a brown leather belt. Got this cute little face that does not match the "I will stab you" energy she's giving off. She looks like an angry kitten cosplaying as a warrior. And her chest is, the proportions are just, ding. New affection target detected. Yang Yinger, affection 0OH. The system can find new targets just from meeting random women? It's not a fixed roster. It expands. This is like finding out your loyalty card works at every store in the mall. This changes everything. I don't have to put all my eggs in. Pervert. Yang Yinger catches me staring, and her face goes tomato red. She swings her spear at my head like a baseball bat. Yang Yinger. Affection -1. I dodge sideways. Wait, I can explain. Scoundrel. Get back here. She charges at me, spear first. I can tell she's a warrior too, but young, probably not too high level. I try to grab her spear shaft to stop the assault, and then, my foot slips. I fall forward. She falls backward. I land on top of her. Our lips meet. Time stops. She tastes like candy. No, wait. This is not the time for flavor reviews. I just accidentally kissed the guard of the escort bureau I'm trying to hire. I freeze. She freezes. The entire street freezes. Yang Yinger shoves me off, eyes watering, face redder than her outfit, furiously wiping her lips like she's trying to erase the last 10 seconds of reality. You kissed me. She picks up her spear. Warrior energy explodes around her. The killing intent is very real. Listen, I came here to hire bodyguards. Instead, I accidentally stole a first kiss from the receptionist. My negotiating position has never been worse. Right on cue, a square-jawed middle-aged dude comes storming out of the escort bureau. Yinger, stop. Daddy. Yang Yinger immediately transforms from murder machine back into a little girl, diving into her father's arms crying. Daddy, this creep assaulted me. The man turns to me with ice-cold eyes, ready to end my existence, then freezes. 13th young master? Oh, thank God. It's Yang Sun, the head escort of Chang'an Bureau. Warrior master rank. This dude was literally hired by my family to teach us kids martial arts back in the day. He knows me. I scratch my head awkwardly. So about what just happened. Meanwhile, Yang Sun is scanning me with his warrior senses, and his brain is short-circuiting. He taught me. He knows I was supposed to be a cripple with blocked meridians. And now I'm radiating 5th stage warrior energy like it's cologne. Smart man, though. He doesn't ask questions. Just says, let's talk inside. In the meeting room, I explain the whole accidental kiss situation. Yang Sun's face slowly unclenches. His daughter, however, is not buying it. Apologize to the 13th young master. Yang Sun orders her. Yang Yinger pouts like she just bit into a lemon. Just because someone's rich doesn't mean they won't stare at pretty girls, she mumbles. I mean, she's not wrong, but this is not the time for accuracy. Yang Sun's face goes dark with embarrassment. Forgive her, she's spirited. I wave it off and get to business. I need escorts. To the border. The room goes quiet. Yang Sun sips his tea for a very long time. The kind of long silence that means, I want to say no, but I'm trying to be polite about it. It's the Li Xiaoying thing, isn't it? I ask. He nods carefully. 13th young master. It's not that I won't help. But you've got a Tang Empire princess, enemies in your own family, and the whole city already knows about it. Anyone who travels with you is basically volunteering for a funeral. Fair point. Time to negotiate. What if I pay extra? This isn't about money. 100 taels. We have plenty of silver, of gold. Yang Sun chokes on his tea. You won 100 taels of gold. That's 1,000 silver. In this economy, that's insane money. I can see the dollar signs literally forming in his eyeballs. But he pulls himself together. Rational man. Respect. What if I throw in another 100? I add casually. Yang Sun is vibrating. His brain is fighting a war between greed and survival instinct. Finally, he makes a counteroffer. I can't take you all the way to the border. That's 1,200 miles of danger. But I'll escort you through the first 300 miles, including Bandit Mountain. That's the most dangerous stretch. After that, the road gets easier and you can find another escort, Bandit Mountain. That's exactly where Chen Tian will have his private soldiers waiting to ambush me. If I can survive that, the rest of the journey is manageable. Deal. We sign the contract. 20 gold up front as deposit. He promises 50 elite escorts ready by tomorrow morning. I head back to the courtyard as the sun goes down. The place is transformed. My weapons have been delivered, supply carts are parked outside and inside. 7 women. All washed. All dressed. All stunning. They went from prison rags to silk dresses, and it's like someone flipped a filter switch on reality. My crappy abandoned courtyard now looks like the Spider Demon's cave from Journey to the West. Everywhere I look, beautiful faces, flowing hair, delicate perfume. Having women around really does change a place, huh? They all crowd around to thank me. I wave them off. No need, no need. And then the experienced one strikes again. This woman, I swear she has no filter, plants her hands on her hips and announces to the entire courtyard, "Our young master saved us and bought us pretty clothes. The least we can do is give him babies. I say we start the wedding night tonight. Who's going first?" Every girl under 20 turns into a tomato. Too soon. I'm not ready for. So embarrassing. But I notice, they're peeking at me through their fingers. They're shy, but they're not exactly saying no. Most of them have already mentally accepted their role. This is complicated. Ding ding. Li Xian Xian. Affection 1. Reward, 50 silver taels. Lu Chi Chi. Affection 1. Reward, 200 silver taels. Nice. Free money. The system is literally paying me because girls are warming up to me. And Rushiwa, affection -10, warning, and Rushiwa affection has reached -20. High probability of hostile action against host. Please take precautions. What did I do to you, woman? I haven't even spoken to her. I've been nothing but polite. She's standing in the back looking completely emotionless on the outside. But inside she apparently wants to murder me with the fury of 1,000 suns. Shin Tian wanted this woman so badly. Bro, you can have her. She's a ticking time bomb with a pretty face. Then the experienced lady licks her lips. Actually licks her lips, steps forward and says, "Well, since none of you young ladies are brave enough to volunteer, I'll take the first shift tonight. I have experience. I'll show you all how it's done and make sure the young master has a wonderful evening." Every nerve in my body fires a warning shot. No. Nope. Absolutely not. Look, she's attractive, okay? She's got that mature charm going on. But there's a line between experienced older woman and this feels like a trap, and she's doing a full sprint past that line. I need to change the subject immediately before this situation gets any more out of control. So, what's your name again? The experienced lady does a little curtsy. Su Ruolin, young master, right Ruolin. Look, I didn't rescue you all so we could have a wedding night. I'm not here for services. I genuinely just wanted to save you. The words coming out of my mouth sound so noble and so fake that even I feel uncomfortable saying them. But technically it's true. I saved them for the system rewards, which is somehow even worse, but they don't need to know that. Everyone just stick with me for a month until we reach the border. After that, anyone who wants to leave is free to go. Ruolin's eyes fill with tears. But not the grateful kind. The offended kind. Does the young master find my body unappealing? I may come from a pleasure house, but I assure you my skills are. Good night, everyone. Early start tomorrow. I practically sprint to my room like the building is on fire. Behind me, a courtyard full of confused, beautiful women stare at my retreating back. Some are disappointed. Some are relieved. And then the whispers start. He's actually a gentleman, so honorable and upright. Is it weird that I'm kind of attracted to him now? And that's when the system goes absolutely bonkers. Li Xiaoying, affection 5, Lu Qiqi, affection 5, Su Qingqing, affection 5, and Rushua, affection 30, current, 10 points, 30? And Rushua gave me 30 points? This woman went from, I will yandy your bloodline, at -20 to +10 because I turned down sleeping with everyone? I finally understand her pattern. She hates perverts. Every time I showed even a hint of being interested in women's bodies, she dropped points. The moment I acted like a monk who took a vow of celibacy, she skyrocketed. She's from the Snow Sword sect, an all-female sword cultivation sect whose founder is a 300-year-old grandmaster at warrior emperor rank, equal to the actual empress of Great Qian. These women probably have a zero-tolerance policy on men being creepy. And her first-time breakthrough reward is a whip. I pull it out of system storage. It's blood red, about 4 feet long, made of woven cord with something heavy inside. The system calls it the woman-taming whip. The description reads, strike any affection target with this whip to increase their affection. 1 point per strike. Daily limit. 5 strikes. So let me get this straight. If Rushua's affection drops into murder territory again, I just whip her and she'll like me more? What kind of psychotic game mechanic is this? Who designed this system? 5 strikes a day, 5 points of affection recovery. It's basically an emergency brake for when things go south. I clutch the whip and grin. Ladies, your king has arrived. I sit at my desk planning strategy. 7 women with completely different personalities and backgrounds. Managing them is going to be like herding cats. If the cats were armed, had political connections, and one of them actively wanted to stab me. 3 women make a drama. 7. That's a full television series. Next morning, sunshine, birds singing, and 50 elite escorts lined up outside my courtyard looking like a private army. Yang Sun kept his word. Every single escort is wearing matching black uniforms with Chang'an Escort Bureau embroidered on the back. They're tall, muscular, stone-faced professionals. This lineup could rival a city garrison. And right there with them, Yang Yinger, still glaring at me like I owe her a first kiss refund. Yang Yinger, affection -1 still negative. Cool. 13th young master, we're ready. When do we depart? Yang Sun asks, hand on his saber. I check the sun. About 9 in the morning. Let's move. The 7 women file out of the courtyard one by one. Flowing dresses, glowing skin, graceful walks. Every single escort's jaw hits the floor. Their eyes say it all. 7 women? 7. Is this man even human? Yang Sun has escorted gold, silk, letters, and precious cargo his whole career. But women? 7 of them. This is a first even for a veteran like him. Yang Yinger spits on the ground. Disgusting. Shameless. This man is scum. Yang Yinger. Affection -2 great. I now have 2 women who hate my guts, and Ru Xue and Yang Yinger. One is a sword sect assassin, and the other is an armed escort's daughter who I accidentally kissed. My life is going great. Chang'an Escort Bureau, move out. 50 horsemen thunder down the main street. Citizens pack the sidewalks, thinking some royal procession is passing through. Then they spot me at the front, and the gossip erupts. Wait, isn't that the exiled kid? Where'd he get money for escorts? His parents were war heroes, General Chen Lin and Lady Qin. That's his parents. No wonder. I ignore all of it. Let them talk. Once I reach the border, I'm building my own kingdom. High walls, slow expansion, absolute power. Every cousin, every brother, every family member who looked down on me will eventually be nothing but names on a list. Meanwhile, back in the capital, Chen Tian is having the worst day of his life. He slams his fist on a table, and the whole thing explodes into splinters. Then he coughs up blood because, oh right, I broke his arm yesterday, and the medicine hasn't fully healed him yet. That worthless trash ruined everything. He screams, kicking a servant across the room. He stole his women. He got publicly humiliated. He got his arm snapped. And now the cripple is riding out of the city with a private army and 7 beauties while he's sitting in his mansion coughing blood and breaking furniture. Then, some mysterious dude in a black robe walks in holding a feather fan like he's auditioning for the role of evil advisor. Why so angry, young master? Oh boy, Chen Tian's got himself a strategist. This should be fun. For me, specifically, because if his previous plans are any indication, this guy's advice is going to backfire spectacularly. So while we're rolling out of the capital like a medieval action movie convoy, back at Chen Tian's mansion, my dear brother is having a meltdown. He smashes a table into splinters, then immediately coughs up blood because, surprise, surprise, the arm I broke yesterday is not fully healed. Imagine being so angry that you already injure yourself. That's a special talent. Then his personal evil advisor walks in. Some guy named Sima Shiba wearing a black robe, a scholar's cap, and carrying a feather fan like he's cosplaying as Zhuge Liang from a discount store. He's got that everything is under control smile that always means things are about to go horribly wrong. Don't worry, young master, Sima says smoothly. I've already arranged people. Chen Xian won't reach the border alive, and those women you want, I'll have them brought back in perfect condition. Oh, so Chen Tian didn't just want those women for fun. He wanted them as dual cultivation furnaces to boost his own power. Classy. Real classy, bro. You frame me for looking at a girl, and you're out here treating women like power-up batteries. Anyway, I don't know about any of this scheming yet. I'm too busy dealing with my own problems. Specifically, Yang Yinger keeps catching me glancing at her. What are you looking at? Look again, and I'll RIP your eyeballs out. Yang Sun scolds her immediately. Yinger, show some respect. He started it. His eyes were wandering. He's lucky I didn't stab him already. She kicks her white horse and gallops away in a huff. Young Sun turns to me, mortified. 13th young master, I apologize for my daughter's behavior. I laugh it off. No worries. And honestly, I kind of find her adorable. She's like an angry kitten that thinks it's a tiger. Yang Yinger. Affection -1. She lost another point. I didn't even do anything that time. I literally defended her to her own father. What is wrong with this girl? We ride all day, stopping only for a quick lunch. By late afternoon, the mood shifts. Yang Sun's face goes serious. 13th young master. We've left the capital district. Bandit Mountain is straight ahead. Bandit Mountain. Dozens of mountain peaks crawling with thousands of bandits. Even the Imperial Army tried to clear this place and failed. The terrain is too rough, too many hiding spots, too many separate gangs. After the army retreated, the bandits became legendary. The good news? Our convoy is big enough and armed enough that smaller bandit groups won't risk attacking us. 50 professional escorts plus a warrior master leading them? Most bandits would take one look and say nah. The bad news? The big bandit gangs, the ones with 1,000 fighters, could absolutely wreck us. And knowing Qin Tian, he's probably already paid one of them to set up an ambush. Everyone rest up, eat something, recover your energy, I announce. We're going to need it. The convoy stops. Everyone's getting settled. And then, a head pokes out of the carriage. Big doe eyes. Flirtatious smile. Voice dripping with honey. Husband, every hair on my body stands up. It's Sue Rulin, the experienced one. Ahem. Miss Sue. What is it? I need to use the bathroom. We're in the middle of nowhere. Just find some bushes. But there are bandits around. I'm scared. Come with me. Husband, if any bad men try to peek, you can beat them up. She bats her eyelashes at me. I genuinely cannot tell if this woman needs to pee or if she's trying to lure me into the woods for other activities. I turn to the carriage. Anyone else need to go? Let's do a group trip. And no, absolutely not. A lady does not use the bathroom with a man watching. Lu Qiqi, Su Qingcheng, and the others shake their heads so fast they look like those bobblehead toys. They'd rather hold it until their kidneys explode than let me be anywhere near their bathroom break. See? None of the sisters drank much water before we left, Rulin says innocently. I'm the only one who was thirsty. The way she said, thirsty, has about 17 layers of meaning, and I'm uncomfortable with all of them. Fine. Come on. I'll stand guard. She hops down from the carriage and we walk toward the tree line together. Her hips are doing that thing again, and I'm keeping my eyes firmly on the path ahead. Behind us, Yang Yinger watches our retreating figures and explodes. Disgusting. Pervert. Shameless pig. I can practically hear the affection points dropping like a stock market crash. This girl judges me harder than a panel of Olympic figure skating referees. You know what the worst part is? I'm literally just escorting a woman to the bathroom. That's it. That's the whole crime. But in Yang Yinger's eyes, I might as well be the final boss of a dating sim. Which, ironically, is exactly what I am. Yinger, show the 13th young master some respect. Yang Sun snaps at his daughter for the 100th time today. I'd rather respect a rock, she fires back. Yang Yinger, affection -2. This girl's affection drops faster than my self-esteem. I haven't even looked at her in the last 10 minutes. At this rate, she's going to hit negative infinity before we reach the border. But I've got a secret weapon now. The woman taming whip. 1 smack equals 1 affection point. 5 per day. I just need to get Yang Yinger alone for 30 seconds, and, actually no. She carries a spear. If I pull out a whip near her without context, she'll turn me into a kebab before I can explain. You know what? Let me test this thing on someone safer first. Rulin and I walk into the forest for her bathroom break. She's doing that swaying hip walk again, and I'm staring at trees like they're the most fascinating things in the universe. Turn around. Husband, don't peek. I turn around. Like a gentleman. A true, honest, system gaming gentleman. She's actually surprised. He's really not looking. Of course I'm not looking. I'm too busy calculating affection point optimization strategies. This is math time, not romance time. Husband, I'd be so embarrassed if you turned around. She's literally baiting me to look. This woman is a walking trap card, and I am not activating it. Then I hear sounds. Nature sounds. The running water type. And my brain starts going to places it should not go because Rulin is beautiful and she is willing and Chen Xian. Do not make a mistake right now, I tell myself. Even if I wanted to do something stupid, it'd take at least half an hour. Making the entire escort convoy wait 30 minutes outside a forest would obliterate every single point of affection I've built with all the other women. The math doesn't work. Denied. She finishes up and walks over to me, pouting. You really didn't peek? Not even once. Am I not attractive enough? Time to test the whip. Turn around, I say. Her eyes go wide. All right here, I nod. Isn't this a bit fast? Her face goes red, but she turns around anyway, sticks out her rear, closes her eyes, and basically goes full, do whatever you want, I won't resist mode. The fire in my lower abdomen could forge a sword right now. I pull out the woman-taming whip and give her one light smack on the behind. Sue Rulin, affection 5. She lets out this little sound that almost makes me drop the whip. Husband. So you're into that kind of thing? She waits for round 2. And waits. And waits. She opens one eye. I'm already at the forest exit, hands behind my back, whistling. Are we done? Let's go. Everyone's waiting. Rulin stands there in complete confusion. This man just spanked her once and walked away. Does he have some kind of medical condition? We get back to the convoy in record time. Yang Sun sees us and blurts out, 13th young master, that was fast? Then he realizes what he just said and slaps his hand over his mouth. Just drive, I say, dead-eyed. We push forward. The landscape starts changing. More hills, more trees, more shadows. We're approaching Bandit Mountain territory. Then I notice something wrong. The forest has gone silent. No birds. No insects. No rustling. Nothing. In nature, silence means one thing. Something scary is nearby, and all the animals already ran. Yang Sun notices it too. His hand goes to his saber. Something's not right. THWIP. An arrow comes out of nowhere and punches straight through the neck of the escort riding next to Yang Yinger. Clean through. The guy doesn't even scream, just sprays blood everywhere. Some of it hits my face. Ambush. The escorts react fast. These guys are professionals. They immediately form a protective circle around me and the carriages. Swords out. Eyes scanning. Then the sky turns dark. Arrows. Hundreds of arrows. Raining down from both sides of the road like someone turned on the world's most lethal sprinkler system. Shields. Someone yells. We don't have shields. These guys brought swords. They're swatting arrows out of the air with blades, which is incredibly impressive and also completely unsustainable when the enemy has apparently brought the entire arrow inventory of a kingdom. Men start dropping. Screams. Blood. Arrows sticking out of shoulders, legs, chests. Some get hit in vital spots and just stop moving. This is bad. This is really, really bad. Is this Chen Tian's doing? Did he pay these bandits? Or is this just our lucky day stumbling into a bandit ambush? Either way, the timing is way too convenient to be coincidence. Then Yang Yinger's horse takes several arrows and goes berserk. The white mare rears up, screaming, and takes off at full gallop with Yang Yinger clinging on for dear life. Daddy, help me. Her face goes white. She's yanking the reins, but the horse is completely out of control, thrashing and bleeding, charging straight into the kill zone. Yang Sun's eyes turn red. He grips his saber and tries to push through the arrow storm to reach her. But there are just too many. He can't get through without becoming a pincushion. Then I see it. One arrow, bigger than the rest. Red, moving faster than all the others. Shot by someone with real skill, probably the bandit leader. It's aimed directly at Yang Yinger's heart. She sees it coming. There's nowhere to dodge on a panicking horse. Her eyes fill with pure terror. Daddy, Yinger, Yang Sun SREMS. He wants to throw himself in front of that arrow. Take it for her, but he's too far. The arrow is too fast. The math doesn't work. His daughter is about to die. And I'm standing right here, watching it happen, with 5th stage warrior cultivation and a very important decision to make in the next half second. Listen, that girl's affection for me is in the negatives. She's called me a pervert, a scoundrel, and scum. Today, she hates my guts. But she's also a system target worth future affection points. Her dad is my hired bodyguard, and honestly, nobody deserves to die at 17 because their horse went crazy. Time to be a hero. Again, Yang Yinger closes her eyes. She thinks she's dead. The red arrow is flying at her heart like a heat-seeking missile, and she just accepts it. Eyes shut. Game over. Credits rolling. Except I'm already moving. I don't even think about it. My body just launches forward, cutting through the arrow rain, and I snatched that red arrow out of the air with my bare hand. Just grab. Like catching a chopstick someone threw at you across a dinner table. Except this chopstick was designed to kill. Yang Yinger opens her eyes, sees me standing in front of her, holding the arrow that was supposed to end her life. Hey little miss, what are you closing your eyes for? Her brain blue screens. The disgusting pervert just saved her life. Does not compute. But there's no time for a touching moment because her horse goes completely insane, rearing up, bucking, trying to charge straight into the arrow fire. If that horse runs into the forest, she's getting turned into a porcupine. So I grab the biggest steel saber I've got and chop the horse's head off. Clean. One swing. Head rolls. Horse drops. Yang Yinger screams and starts falling face first toward the ground. I catch her around the waist with one arm and spin the saber with the other, deflecting arrows like I'm playing the world's most lethal game of baseball. You? Okay, she turns and sees me. Jaw clenched, cold expression, one arm holding her waist, the other arm a blur of steel cutting arrows out of the sky. Not a single shaft gets within a foot of her. You. Don't talk. Get behind me. I let go of her waist and go full defense mode. At 5th stage warrior, these regular arrows are basically slow motion to me. I'm swatting them like mosquitoes. And that's when the system decides to drop a bomb. Yang Yinger, Affection 5. Previous, -3, current, 2, critical hit. Reward doubled. Cultivation upgraded to 6th stage warrior. Bonus skill, Dragon Claw Hand. 6th stage, from its thunderous gratitude. And a combat skill on top. Power erupts from my body like someone uncorked a volcano. The arrows that were mildly annoying before are now absolutely nothing. I'm slapping them away like confetti. Meanwhile, behind me, Yang Yinger is staring at my back with an expression she's never made before. It's the classic, wait, is the guy I've been calling trash actually kind of cool face? I know that face. That face is worth 6 cultivation stages. Over in the tree line, the bandit leader, some one-eyed dragon-looking guy, is having the time of his life. Keep shooting. Kill these turtlesons. Turns out this isn't a random bandit attack. That feather fan-waving snake Sima Shiba sent them 100 bows and 1,000 arrows. That's why these mountain bandits, who normally just jump out yelling, "This road belongs to me," are pulling off a military-grade ambush instead. They got an upgrade from my brother's evil strategist. Oh, and the bandits were specifically told not to damage the women in the carriages. So Chen Tian wants me dead, but the women alive. Shocker. Boss, we're out of arrows. Already? 1,000 arrows and they're gone. One Eye looks at the road. It's a massacre. Arrows everywhere. More than half the escorts are on the ground screaming. A good number are already dead, turned into human pincushions. The professionals I paid 100 gold for are getting shredded. Whatever. They're finished anyway. Boys, charge. Grab the money, grab the food, grab the women. Bandits pour out of the trees from both sides. Hundreds of them. Carrying the most random collection of weapons I've ever seen. Rusty swords, wooden clubs, farming tools. One guy has what I think is a chair leg. They surround us completely. Yang Sun sees their ragged clothes and wild-eyed faces. Bandits. Mountain bandits. I stare at them coldly. So at IS bandits, but sponsored bandits. Shin Tian's money, Sima's plan, bandit manpower. A lovely little partnership of scum. One Eye Swagger walks toward us, scanning the survivors. His single remaining eye lands on Yang Yinger behind me, and he licks his lips. Well damn, this little lady is a beauty. Almost shot her dead just now. That would have been such a waste. According to Sima's orders, the carriage women are off limits. But Yang Yinger is an eye in the carriage. She's fair game in this monster's eyes. Pervert. Scum, Yang Yinger screams, eyes red with tears. Around us lie the bodies of her father's escorts, people she knew. People who were joking and laughing just an hour ago. Now they're gone. One Eye and his boys howl with laughter. Pervert? Lady, we're bandits. Pervert is a promotion for us. Don't worry, sweetheart. One Eye grins. I'll take real good care of you later. He turns his eye to me. And I stare right back. You know what? I was worried about a lot of things on this journey. Assassins. The Tang Empire. And Rushue going murder mode. Ruelin trying to seduce me to death. But a one-eyed bandit with borrowed arrows and delusions of grandeur? Buddy, I just hit 6th stage. I have Dragon Claw Hand. And you just threatened a girl who's finally starting to not hate me. You picked the wrong convoy. One Eye struts forward like he owns the universe and drops the most cliché bandit line in the history of banditry. This mountain is mine. These trees are mine. Wanna pass? Pay the toll. Bro, did you seriously just quote the bandit handbook? Is there a class they take? Introduction to Highway Robbery 101. Opening lines and dramatic pauses. Yang Sun is shaking with rage. His eyes are bloodshot, veins popping, face so red he looks like he's about to literally explode. If you wanted money, why did you murder half my men? And One Eye just shrugs, like he stepped on an ant. Well, normally we'd just rob you and let you go. But see, a certain big shot in the capital wants this particular kid dead. And the job has to be clean, no witnesses. So, everyone dies. Nothing personal. Second boss is brilliant. Some boot-licking bandit lackey cheers from the back. Yang Sun's veins might actually rupture. 50 men. 50 good men brought on this trip. Nearly half are already dead. The rest are bleeding out, one breath away from meeting the afterlife. And these animals are laughing about it. One Eye turns to me with this smug look, chin raised like he's royalty instead of a cave-dwelling criminal with one working eye. You're Qin Xian, right? The famous waste of the Qin family? Here's your chance, kid. Crawl over here on your knees, and I'll give you a quick death. Otherwise, he licks his lips. The threat doesn't need finishing. Meanwhile, inside the carriage, a full-blown panic attack is happening. Ruelin peeks through the curtain, sees the carnage, hears the bandits, and immediately goes into maximum crisis mode. We're done for. The bandits got us. We're going to die. Helpful. Very helpful commentary, Ruelin. Exactly what everyone needed right now. My life is so unfair. I just got out of prison. I barely had 2 good days before this. Then she starts listing what happens to women captured by bandit mountain gangs. And honestly, I wish I couldn't hear this from outside because it's horrifying. They say the women get stripped and passed around to hundreds of men. Worse than working in a brothel. Day after day after. Ruelin, please stop, is what I'm screaming inside my head. The panic spreads like wildfire. Lu Qiqi's crying. Li Xuanquan's crying. The whole carriage is a mess of tears and terror. Li Xiaoying is sitting there trying to figure out if pulling the "I'm a princess" card would save her. Answer, nope. These are mountain bandits in Great Qin territory. The Imperial Army couldn't deal with them. A foreign princess is basically just a fancier trophy to these animals. They'd probably get more excited. And Ruxue, pale, injured, barely holding herself together, is quietly making a different calculation. If the bandits try to touch her, she's going to detonate her remaining cultivation and take as many of them with her as possible. Even if it kills her, better dead than dishonored. The Snow Sword sect doesn't kneel. Then Ruelin drops the real bomb. Hey sisters, you don't think our husband would just hand us over to save himself, right? Li Xiaoying frowns. He wouldn't. He's not that kind of man. Good girl. Thank you for the vote of confidence. But Ruelin's on a roll now. Oh, you sweet summer child. Men always look reliable until things get bad. My last husband was a corrupt official, and when he got caught, he tried to make me take the fall. Men are garbage when they're cornered. She's patting her chest dramatically, working herself into a frenzy, and her paranoia is contagious. Now everyone in the carriage is wondering if I'm about to trade them for my own skin. Ladies, I am standing right outside this carriage. I can hear every word, and I'm honestly a little offended. I spent my entire inheritance on you. I turned down Ruelin's bedroom invitation. I chopped a horse's head off to save a girl I barely know. What more do you want from me? But out here, I haven't moved. I'm just standing in front of Yang Yinger, staring at One Eye in complete silence. The bandits start whispering. Yo, why isn't he moving? He's frozen stiff. We scared him, stupid. Ha ha, he turned into a statue. Oh, I'm not frozen, boys. I'm calculating. One Eye is maybe warrior 4th or 5th stage based on that red arrow he shot earlier. I'm now warrior 6th stage with dragon claw hand. His boys number in the hundreds, but they're untrained trash with garbage weapons. One of them is literally holding a stick. The real question is, how many can I take down before they scatter? Because I don't just want to survive this. I want to make sure every last one of these arrow-spamming, woman-threatening, horse-killing pieces of garbage remembers the name Qin Xian. Or more accurately, I want to make sure they don't remember anything. Ever again. Check his pants. Bet he peed himself. The bandits are howling, some of them actually trying to look at my crotch for wet spots. Real classy, guys. Real classy. Hey, are you okay? Young Yinger asks quietly, poking my shoulder like I might be a broken robot. 13th young master, Yang Sun tries. No response from me, because I'm not frozen in fear. I'm doing something way more important. I'm learning Dragon Claw Hand. See, when the system gives you a martial arts technique, it doesn't just zap into your muscles like a download. You gotta run through it mentally, circulate your chi, feel the power pathways. And I just hit 6th stage, so I need to calibrate everything. It takes like 2 minutes of standing still. Unfortunately, 2 minutes of standing still in front of bandits looks exactly like being scared stupid. Inside the carriage, the reviews are devastating. Rulin, it's over. He's too scared to move. We're doomed, Li Xiaoying. Sighs, I thought he had some backbone. And Rushua, Pathetic, Li Xiaoying. Affection -5, Su Rulin. Affection -3, Li Xianxian. Affection -2, and Rushua. Affection -20. My affection points are in freefall. I was meditating for 2 minutes, and these women already wrote my obituary. And Rushua dropped 20 points because I stood still. 20. This woman's mood swings should be classified as a natural disaster. My eyes snap open. Dragon Claw Hand. Mastered. 6th stage power. Calibrated. And I am now in the worst mood of my entire transmigrated life. Hey kid, crawl over here. One Eye sneers at me. You're telling me what to do? My face is dark. Not because of him. Because 7 ungrateful women just tanked my affection scores while I was powering up to save their lives. I need to hit something. Badly. You just pissed off Grandpa Chen. Today I'm turning your human head into a dog head. I start walking straight toward One Eye. 13th young master, don't. Yang Sun screams. That's the second boss of Golden Peak Fortress. He's 5th stage. Even I can't beat him. 5th stage? I hear that and actually laugh. I'm 6th now, buddy. Yang Yinger reaches for my sleeve. Are you crazy? But I'm already gone. Moving fast. Inside the carriage, the commentary shifts again. Li Xiaoying. Wait, he's charging them? Wasn't he just frozen? Rulin. Oh my. He's got guts after all. I take back what I said, and Rushua, fool. He's walking to his death. The bandit is 5th stage. Chen Xian is only 4th. It's suicide. And Rushua heard Yang Sun's warning, and she's doing the math. In this world, each warrior stage is a massive gap. Jumping from 4th to 5th is supposed to be impossible for a normal fighter. And since I was 4th stage yesterday when I broke Chen Tian's arm, she assumes I'm still 4th. She doesn't know about my upgrade. Nobody does. One Eye watches me approach and grins like a wolf watching a rabbit walk into its mouth. You're actually coming to fight me? You must be tired of living. The bandits around him are cackling. In their eyes, I'm a bug challenging a boot. I stop 2 feet from One Eye and look him dead in his single remaining eye. You can go now? To the afterlife. Then I move. Dragon Claw Hand. My fingers snap into a claw formation and shoot forward faster than anything One Eye has ever seen. He tries to grab my wrist. Keyword, tries. My hand locks around his wrist instead. Crunch. Every bone in his wrist shatters like dry crackers. He opens his mouth to scream. My other hand is already on his throat. Dragon Claw Grip. Full 6th stage power. You, he gurgles. I said you're the one going on a trip. I never bluff. Snap. His neck breaks. Clean. Done. The most feared second boss of Golden Peak Fortress drops to the ground like a puppet with its strings cut. Dead before he hits the dirt. The entire mountain goes silent. Every bandit is staring at their leader's corpse with their mouths hanging open. Some of the weaker ones literally fall on their butts in shock. He killed the second boss? With one hand. That's a 5th stage warrior. He just crushed him. I'm not done, I announce, voice cold as ice. These scumbags killed half the escort team. Good men. Professional fighters who were just doing their job. Laughing about it. Calling them livestock. I draw my sword. First bandit rushes me. 1 slash, blood fountain, down. Second bandit screams and charges. Thrust. Through the chest. Done. Third, 4th, 5th. They come in clusters now. Doesn't matter. 6th stage against untrained bandits is like a lawnmower against grass. Some of them yell, avenge the second boss, for about 3 seconds before my sword changes their mind. And by changes their mind, I mean removes their ability to have thoughts ever again. 20 bandits down in a few breaths. Then 30. bodies piling up around my feet, twitching. The ones in the back are no longer yelling about revenge. They're calculating how fast they can run. The arrows are poisoned. 13th young master. Don't blame yourself. We escorts live on the edge of a blade. This is just how it goes. It's fate. Cough, cough. Yang Sun is lying on the ground, black poisoned blood dripping from his mouth. Those arrows were tipped. Every single escort who got hit. Even the ones who survived the initial attack. The poison is finishing them off one by one. He grabs Yang Yinger's hand and places it into mine. His grip is weak, but his eyes are burning with purpose. 13th young master. The only thing I can't let go of in this world is my daughter. After I'm gone, she'll have nobody. When I was young, I served under your father, General Chen Lin, bravest warrior in the empire. You're his flesh and blood. I watched you grow up. I trust your character. Please, take care of Yinger. His voice is fading. Every word costs him more than the last. I grab his hand tight. I promise. As long as I'm breathing, I'll protect your daughter. Good. I knew I could count on you. That last breath leaves his body. His hand goes limp. His head tilts sideways. His eyes start to lose their light. I reach over and close his eyelids. In this world, if you die with your eyes open, it means you died with regrets. Yang Sun trusted me with his daughter. He's got no more regrets. Daddy, Yang Yinger collapses onto her father's body, sobbing so hard her whole frame is shaking. The girl who threatened to rip my eyeballs out this morning, who called me scum and pervert, and everything in between. She's just a kid who lost her only family. Around us, the other escorts are going quiet too. One by one, the poison takes them all. The moaning stops. The crying stops. 50 men came on this trip. Yang Yinger is the only one left. The entire Chang'an Escort Bureau, wiped out. Ruolin stumbles out of the carriage, sees the bodies everywhere, and her brain just short circuits. Our protectors are all dead? How do we get to the border now? The other women pour out too. Most of them have never seen a dead body before, let alone dozens. Li Xianxian is trembling. Lu Qiqi can't stop staring. Even Li Xiaoying, a princess who's probably seen some things, goes pale for a moment before pulling herself together. Credit where it's due. Royal composure is real. And Rushue doesn't even flinch. Snow Sword sect disciples see death like I see breakfast. Just another Tuesday. I stand up. Something cold and sharp has settled in my chest. Not fear. Not sadness. Rage. Miss Li, I call out to Li Xiaoying. She frowns. Miss, I'm a princess. Then she reads my expression and swallows whatever complaint she had. What is it? Please lead the others. Bury Yang Sun and every escort. Give them a proper send-off. And you? I look toward the mountains where the surviving bandits fled. I'm going to settle the debt. I turn to Yang Yinger and extend my hand. My voice hits the ground like iron. You can stay here and say goodbye to your father. Or you can come with me to Golden Peak Fortress and make every last one of them pay. Blood for blood. She looks up at me. Tears still streaming. Eyes red and swollen. But something ignites behind those tears. I want revenge. For my father. For every brother in the escort bureau. Zero hesitation. Then let's go. I turn and walk. She wipes her face, takes one last look at her father's body, bites down on her lip until it bleeds, and follows. Behind us, Ruolin is having a full existential crisis. Are they going to the bandit headquarters? Is he insane? We just barely survived, and he wants to walk into their home base. The other women are equally stunned. Nobody expected this. The normal response to surviving a bandit ambush is to run away faster. My response is to chase the bandits home and kick down their front door. I track footprints on the ground. Panicked, messy, obvious. These guys ran like scared rabbits and left a trail a blind man could follow. I slow my pace a little so Yang Yinger can keep up. She's second-stage warrior, decent, but not fast enough for my current speed. Soon I find exactly what I'm looking for. A few stragglers resting by a pond, gasping for air. Holy crap, the second boss was 5th stage, and that monster killed him like swatting a fly. We gotta warn the first boss. I step out of the trees. The temperature drops about 50 degrees. Metaphorically, but also possibly literally, because I am radiating killing intent right now. Why you? Their eyeballs nearly fall out. One of them straight up wets his pants. I can smell it. Lovely. I draw my sword and stab it into the ground in front of them. Not into them. Into the ground. A message. They drop to their knees so fast they crack their own foreheads on rocks. Grandpa, spare us. Grandpa, please. We'll do anything. Lead the way, I say. Where? Golden Peak Fortress. Their faces go blank. Then confused. Then terrified all over again. They're thinking, this maniac killed our second boss, chased us through the mountains, and now wants us to take him to our main base? Where the first boss lives. The 7th stage warrior? They think I'm insane. But here's the thing. They also realize this is their ticket to survival. Walk me into a trap? Let the first boss handle me? They get to live, and I get to be someone else's problem. I can see the scheme forming behind their stupid little eyes. They think they're leading the wolf into the lion's den. Cute. They don't know this wolf just evolved into a dragon. Lead the way and we'll spare your lives. The bandits all volunteer, nodding like bobbleheads. They think they're so smart. Their little plan is obvious. Walk me straight to the first boss, a 7th stage warrior, and let him deal with me. In their pea-sized brains, they're already celebrating. We survive, and this crazy guy gets killed. Win-win. Cute plan. One problem though. I only need one guide. Slash. 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 3 blood fountains. 3 bandits drop with their throats opened. Clean. Efficient. No wasted movement. The last bandit, the sole survivor, stares at his 3 dead buddies, then at my dripping sword, then at his dead buddies again. His legs turn to jelly, and he collapses on the ground like a marionette with cut strings. One guide is enough, I say flatly. If Yang Sun were still alive, maybe I'd show mercy. Maybe I'd let these scumbags walk away with a warning. But Yang Sun isn't alive. He died in front of me. Poisoned arrows. Trusting me with his only daughter as his last act on Earth. Mercy is OFF the menu. Move. The bandit snaps out of his terror coma and starts scrambling forward on shaking legs, crying so hard he can barely see where he's going. He looks like a man being marched to his own funeral, which, technically he is. He just doesn't know it yet. Yang Yinger follows close behind me. I can feel her eyes on my back, burning with a complicated mix of emotions. I know what she's thinking. She's reevaluating everything. When we first met, pervert, scoundrel, when she saw my women. Disgusting pig, when I accidentally kissed her. I'll kill you, right now, watching me march toward a bandit fortress to avenge her father. Maybe he's not completely terrible, Yang Yinger. Affection 10-10? She went from negative to 10 just from watching me be angry and murder people. This girl's love language is apparently violence. Note to self, be cool and dangerous more often. I turn to look at her, and our eyes meet for a split second. Something flickers across her face, surprise, confusion, and something else she can't quite name. Her heartbeat probably did that weird skip thing. Then she catches herself. What are you looking at? She snaps. There she is. My favorite tsundere. Nothing, I say. Then after a pause, when we get to Golden Peak Fortress, I'm going to kill every last person inside. You okay with that? These bandits burn villages, murder travelers, and do unspeakable things to women. Wiping them out isn't cruelty, it's a public service. But Yang Yinger is still a teenage girl. I need to check if she can handle watching a massacre up close. She sets her jaw. I've been escorting caravans with my father since I was a child. I've seen death. I've dealt death. And these animals killed my dad. Wipe them all out. They deserve it. Cold. Hard. Absolute. I nod. Good. Then let's go kill some people. Meanwhile, back at the ambush site, the women are having their own adventure. And by adventure, I mean manual labor for the first time in their pampered lives. Li Xiaoying takes charge like the princess she is. Under her command, the 7 women dig 2 graves. A big mass grave for the escort brothers, and a smaller private one for Yang Sun. They even find a stone and have an Rushue carve, tomb of Yang Sun, on it with her sword skills. Credit to Li Xiaoying. She handles this with total class. She is my legal wife, which means she outranks all the concubines. When she gives orders, even Rulin shuts up and digs. Even in Rushue, Ice Queen in Rushue, pitches in without complaint. The bandit corpses? Left to ROT. Let the wild dogs and vultures have them. Not a single woman lifts a finger for those bodies. After they're done, the women sit around resting, and naturally the gossip begins. Rulin starts it, because of course she does. Sisters, you think our husband storming a bandit fortress is maybe a little reckless. Lu Chichi sighs. We barely survived. He should be running. not charging deeper into the mountains, but Li Xianxian, bless her heart, actually defends me. Don't underestimate him. Did you see how cool he looked when he grabbed Yang Yinger's hand and said, "Let's go get revenge"? That's what a real man looks like. Somewhere in the mountains, covered in bandit blood, marching toward a fortress commanded by a seventh-stage warrior with nothing but a sword, a crying guide, and a teenage girl with a spear. I sneeze. Someone's talking about me. Probably something nice for once. Probably not, though. Now, I wasn't there for this part, but I later pieced together what happened while I was gone, and honestly, these women are something. The second I leave to go fight bandits, Rulin starts a whole debate about whether I'm coming back alive. But not because she's worried about me. Oh no. If he dies, I'll be a widow. My first husband got executed by the government, and now my second husband dies after only a few days? We didn't even sleep together. People will say I'm cursed. No man will ever come near me again. She's literally crying about her dating prospects while I'm out there risking my life. This woman has 4 kids and 0 shame. The other girls are just staring at her like, "Dad, are you serious right now?" Li Xiaoying shuts her down cold. Enough. Stop crying. It's annoying, and Rulin just stops, like a faucet getting turned off. Li Xiaoying's princess authority is no joke. One sentence, and the loudest woman in the group becomes a mute. Then Lu Qiqi raises the real question. So, what do we do? It's getting dark. Do we find an inn? She looks at Enrushue and Li Xiaoying for answers, because those two are basically the unofficial co-leaders. Enrushue, naturally, responds by staring at the moon in complete silence. Helpful as always, Ice Queen. Then Rulin, because this woman cannot stop stirring the pot, drops the nuclear option. So, what if we just split up? All of his gold is right there in the carriage. We divide it evenly, and everyone goes their own way. The other girls actually start considering it. They exchange looks. The math is happening behind their eyes. Gold divided by 7. Carry the 1. Absolutely not. Li Xiaoying explodes. Full princess rage mode. Anyone who mentions splitting the money again gets punished by family law. Rulin shrinks into herself like a scared quail. Family law? What family law? We've been a family for 2 days. There are no rules. Li Xiaoying is literally making up authority on the spot, and it's working because she has that royal, I will yield you, energy. Internally, though, Rulin is torn. Part of her wants me to come back. Part of her wants me to not come back, so she can grab the gold and disappear. Women. Complicated creatures. Li Xiaoying makes the final call. We wait until dawn. If he comes back, we continue to the border. If he doesn't, we split everything and go our separate ways. Fair enough. Even I'd agree with that plan. Li Xiaoying then shoots a meaningful look at Enrushue. The unspoken question, you're a warrior. You could leave right now and nobody could stop you. Are you going to bail? Enrushue gives a cold snort. I'm not the kind of person who runs when someone's back is turned. Li Xiaoying quietly exhales in relief. Having a warrior around, even an injured one operating at 30%, is the difference between vulnerable women alone in bandit territory and vulnerable women alone in bandit territory with a sword. Now back to me. The guy actually doing stuff. It's nighttime. 30 miles deep into Bandit Mountain. Golden Peak Fortress sits on top of a mountain, lit up by bonfires and buzzing with activity. Inside, a party is happening. The bandits are celebrating their victory, feasting, drinking, laughing like they've already won. The first boss sits at the head of the table wearing a tiger skin coat covered in tattoos, drinking wine out of a cup made from a human skull. This dude is the final boss of Edgelord Mountain. 7th-stage warrior. The strongest fighter in all of Bandit Mountain. Ha 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 ha. His lackeys are cheering. 1,000 gold from that Sima guy just to kill some trash named Chen Xian. Easiest money ever, so now I know the exact price tag on my head. 1,000 gold. Chen Tian paid 1,000 gold through Sima Shiba to have me killed. That's almost double my entire inheritance. My brother hates me more than my net worth. That's actually kind of impressive. The second boss took 200 men and 100 bows. That little escort group doesn't stand a chance. They're all laughing, toasting, completely confident. In their minds, I'm already dead and my women are being shipped back to the capital in a gift box. Report. A bandit stumbles and looking like he fell down a mountain, rolled through a swamp, and got chased by wolves. It's one of the survivors from the ambush, the guide I scared the pee out of earlier. The room erupts in laughter. Ha ha ha, it's Baldy Zhang. The second boss must be right behind him with the good news. Why do you look like a drowned rat? Where's Chun Xian's corpse? Simo wants proof. You didn't touch the women, right? Those go back to the capital. They're all grinning, waiting for the victory report. And standing in the shadows outside the fortress, sword in hand, covered in dried blood, with a vengeful girl at my side and murder in my heart. I'm listening to every single word. Enjoy the party, boys. It's the last one you'll ever have. Back inside the fortress, they're still celebrating. Baldy Zhang, my personal tour guide who I graciously allowed to live, stumbles and looking like he crawled through a sewer, drenched in sweat, barely able to stand. The bandits take one look at him and start cracking up. Baldy, why do you look like a wet dog? Hurry up and tell us the good news. The first boss is waiting. Baldy grabs the nearest water jug and just chugs. No words, no greeting, just desperate gulping like a man who saw God and ran the other direction. You done? The boss doesn't have all night. Baldy puts down the jug. His face looks like someone attending their own funeral. They're dead. All of them. Silence. The first boss stands up from his chair. This dude is massive. Carved jaw, tiger skin coat, tattoos everywhere, drinking wine from a skull cup. He looks like the final boss of every action movie combined. What? His eyes turn into daggers. I told that idiot to kill Chun Xian and leave the women alone. He killed them all. How am I supposed to explain that to Sima? Wait, he thinks the women are dead. He thinks his second boss went overboard and killed everyone including MY girls. The other bandits start grumbling. Second boss screwed up. We're gonna have to refund half the payment. Those women were worth money. These animals aren't upset about murder. They're upset about damaged merchandise. Lovely people. Really looking forward to meeting them all personally. Baldy realizes the misunderstanding and waves his hands frantically. No. It's not the women who died. It's the second boss. And all 200 of our brothers. They're all dead. The room doesn't just go quiet. It goes void. Every single jaw in that fortress drops simultaneously. If jaws made sounds when they dropped, it would have been a thunderclap. What did you say? The first boss's skull cup cracks in his grip. His eyes are so wide they might actually leave his face. That's impossible. The second boss was 5th stage. Even you can't one-shot him, someone yells. Chun Xian is supposed to be a cripple. The biggest genius in the Chun family is only 4th stage. Baldy is shaking so hard his teeth are chattering. I'm telling the truth. He crushed second boss's neck with one hand. Then he started killing everyone else like he was cutting grass. I've never seen anything so terrifying. He's worse than US. Nobody believes him. 200 men wiped out by a 20-year-old cripple. It sounds like a bad joke. Report. Another bandit crashes through the door, face white as paper. First boss. Someone's attacking the fortress. They've already killed a bunch of our gate guards. Now they believe it. Who? How many? T2 people. 1 man and 1 girl, 2? Every bandit brain in the room short circuits at the same time. 2 people are attacking a fortress? The man looks like some rich young master, but he kills without blinking. The girl's a teenager, following behind him. Baldy's eyes go supernova wide. He slaps his own head. It's Chun Xian. He followed me here, at that exact moment. Perfect dramatic timing, because I'm learning that this world has excellent narrative pacing. Clang. Slash. Scream. The sounds of combat right outside the door. Steel on steel. Then a body comes flying through the entrance and crashes onto the floor in front of everyone. Dead. And then I walk in. The firelight is behind me, so all they can see at first is a silhouette. A figure stepping over the corpse in the doorway. Calm. Unhurried. Like I'm entering a restaurant, not a bandit fortress. My sword is dripping. Behind me, Yang Yinger follows. Her clothes are soaked red. Not her blood, theirs. The sparkle is gone from her eyes. What's left is something harder, colder. She cried herself empty on the way here, and now there's nothing left but the need for payback. We killed our way through every guard between the front gate and this room. Every single one. The path behind us is littered with bodies. I raise my head slowly and scan every face in the room. Dozens of bandits, all staring at me with a cocktail of shock, fear, and confusion. I let the silence hang for exactly 2 seconds. Just long enough for the blood to drip 3 times from my sword onto their nice floor. Drip, drip, drip. So, I say. This is Golden Peak Fortress? Not a question that needs answering. More of a confirmation. A confirmation that I found the right address. Because what I'm about to do here, there won't be enough of this place left to need a name. My eyes lock onto the first boss. Big guy, tiger coat, skull cup, tattoo collection that screams, I make terrible life decisions. That's him. That's Chun Xian, Baldy Zhang shrieks, pointing at me like I'm a monster in a horror movie. Which, from his perspective, I basically am. The first boss studies me. Checks behind me for an army. Sees. Yang Yinger, a teenage girl. That's it. You've got guts walking into my fortress, he growls. I don't respond. Talking is for people who can't fight. I raise my sword and charge straight at him. Clang. Our weapons collide, and okay. I'm not gonna lie. I get pushed back 3 steps. He doesn't move an inch. 7th stage versus my 6th stage. The math is not in my favor. Warrior 6th stage. The first boss raises an eyebrow, then smirks. I thought you'd be stronger. My second boss was a useless idiot for dying to someone like you. His whole demeanor shifts from cautious to cocky in half a second. He was genuinely worried when I walked in. Thought I might be 8th stage or higher based on how easily I killed one eye. Now that he knows I'm below him, he thinks this is already over. The bandits go wild. He's weaker than the boss. Kill him. Kill him. Coming in here all confident, and he's just a 6th stage nobody. This is embarrassing. Destroy him, boss. The first boss licks his lips, staring at my neck. I'll kill you the same way you killed my second boss. Snap your little neck like a twig. Great. Wonderful. Fantastic situation I've walked myself into. Let me do a quick status check. I'm outnumbered by hundreds. I'm 1 stage below the boss. I can't run because Yang Yinger is only 2nd stage, and she'd get caught immediately. And I literally just gave a dramatic speech about blood debts and putting this guy's head on Yang Sun's grave. If I retreat now, I won't just lose Yang Yinger's affection. It'll probably crater into negative infinity. Yes, sorry, I know I said I'd avenge your dad, but the boss is kinda tough, so let's reschedule. No? Absolutely not. I need Yang Yinger's affection to hit 30. She's currently at 16. That's 14 more points. If I can trigger the 30-point breakthrough, the system will give me a power-up, and then we're talking. But how do I get 14 points when I'm actively losing a fight? Yang Yinger tugs my sleeve from behind. Hey, pervert. Maybe we should retreat? Live to fight another day? She wants revenge more than anyone. But she can see the gap. She's being practical. I turn and look at her. And I smile. I said I brought you here to kill people. A real man keeps his word. But he's stronger than you. You can't win. I straighten my back. Then I'll die trying. 50 escorts died because of me. I'll give you your justice even if it costs me my life. She stares at me. This pervert, this scoundrel, this guy who accidentally kissed her, stared at her chest, and showed up with 7 women. He's standing in the middle of an enemy fortress, outmatched and outnumbered, and refusing to leave because he made her a promise. Her eyes go soft. Something shifts deep inside her. He's actually not bad. Aside from the whole being a pervert thing, Yang Yinger, affection 20. Affection has exceeded 30. Current, 36. System reward. Advance 1 minor realm, warrior 7th stage. Critical hit bonus, reward doubled. Advance another realm, warrior 8th stage. 8th stage. EIGHTH. From 6th to 8th in 3 seconds because at Sundara thought I was kind of cool. The power hits me like a freight train. Chi floods through every meridian. My muscles tighten. My senses sharpen. The whole world slows down. The first boss is 7th stage. I am now 8th. The man who was looking at my neck like it was a chicken wing to snap, he's now looking at a predator that outranks him by an entire tier. He doesn't know it yet. Nobody in this room knows it yet. They're all still laughing, still mocking, still thinking I'm the underdog who walked into his own grave. And inside my chest, behind the coldest, most stone-faced expression I can manage, I am screaming with joy. Yang Yinger, you beautiful, angry, spear-wielding, horse-riding, daddy's girl Sundara, I could kiss you right now. Actually, no. Last time I did that she tried to kill me. Let's save that for when affection hits 100. For now, let's see how funny these bandits think things are when I turn their Invincible boss into a stain on the floor. Yang Yinger is my lucky star. 2 whole stages from 1 burst of affection. I'm now 8th stage. The first boss is 7th. The math has flipped. I look at these bandits with a cold smile. First boss, I'll give you two options. 1. Kill yourself. Quick and painless. 2. I do it. And it won't be painless. He laughs. You? A measly 6th-stage insect? You're an A&T in my eyes. The bandits pile on. Just kill him already. And that girl he brought. She's cute. Still untouched too. Let the boss have her first. Then pass her down to us. They're drooling over Yang Yinger. Eyes glowing green. Licking their lips like wolves at a buffet. Yang Yinger is shaking with fury. Filthy animals. I turn to her calmly. Yinger, relax. Every single person in this room. Not leaving alive. Ha ha ha. With what army? The first boss charges me, blades screaming through the air. I narrow my eyes. Boom. 8th-stage aura detonates off my body like a shockwave. The pressure alone makes the first boss stagger mid-swing. His confident smirk cracks. His brain catches up to what his body is feeling. W-Warrior 8th stage? Impossible. Yeah, buddy. Surprise. Clang. I flick his sword out of his hand with one strike. It spins through the air and clatters into the corner. Then my blade becomes a blur. For lightning cuts. For screams. Both wrists. Both ankles. Tendons severed. He drops to the floor like a sack of rice, blood gushing from all 4 wounds. But I'm not done. I drive my sword straight into his Dantian, his cultivation core, the source of all his power. Akak, you destroyed my cultivation. You made me a cripple. Ironic. Everyone kept calling me the cripple. Now look who can't stand up. I press my blade against his throat. One push and his head comes off. The room goes dead silent. 100 bandits staring at their Invincible boss lying in a pile of his own blood, whimpering like a puppy. Please, don't kill me. This man, who ordered 200 soldiers to ambush us, who killed 50 innocent escorts with poisoned arrows, who drinks wine from human skulls. He's begging for his life with tears in his eyes. Pathetic. But he's smart enough to know he has one card left. It was Sima. Sima told us to do it. He planned the ambush. He gave us the bows and arrows. Sima? My eyebrow goes up. First time hearing this name directly. He sees my expression change and latches on like a drowning man grabbing a rope. Sima is a big shot in the capital. He's connected to the imperial court. You know why the army could never wipe out Bandit Mountain? Because Sima tipped us off every single time. Troops come in, we hide. Troops leave, we come back. Eventually they gave up. Hold on. The Imperial Army's repeated failures to clear Bandit Mountain weren't because the bandits were too strong or the terrain too rough. It was because someone in the government was feeding them intelligence. It's not just us either. Every bandit gang in these mountains has connections to court officials. Some gangs are literally attack dogs for corrupt ministers, doing their dirty work. So let me get this straight. The Great Qin Empire, supposedly this powerful dynasty, is so rotten that its own officials are farming bandits as private armies? The military can't beat mountain bandits because the bandit sponsors inside the court keep sabotaging the campaigns? This whole empire is a joke. No wonder the Qin family can just kidnap a foreign princess and nobody bats an eye. The entire system runs on corruption and backroom deals. The first boss plays his final card. You can't kill me. I'm Sima's man. Sima works for the court. Nobody defies the court. If I die, Sima will come for you. Oh, you're threatening me with your boss now? That's cute. Let me write down his name so I can add him to my list. What's Sima's real name? The boss blinks. Then his face goes blank. We just call him Master Sima or Lord Sima. His actual name? I don't actually know. You don't know? You've been taking orders from this guy for years and you don't even know his real name? What kind of criminal organization, I ask this? This is like finding out the mob boss's top enforcer only knows his employer by a screen name. Yeah, we call him XX, Shadow Master. XX never got his real one. Unbelievable. These bandits aren't just evil. They're evil and stupid. Well, at least I know one thing. The guy who paid 1,000 gold for my head has the surname Sima, works inside the court, and is connected to my brother Chintian. That's enough to start hunting. But first, I've got a fortress full of bandits to finish off, and a promise to keep. Don't know his real name? Then what do I need you for? The first boss's face goes white. W8, don't. I swing. One clean cut. Head leaves body. The skull bounces across the floor like a bowling ball and rolls to a stop at some random bandit's feet. The dead eyes are still wide open, frozen in a permanent expression of, I can't believe this is how I go. 30 years ruling Bandit Mountain, ended by a 20-year-old cripple in under 10 seconds. The room is so quiet I can hear the torches flickering. I look up at the remaining bandits. Every single eye is on that rolling head. Nobody's laughing now. Nobody's talking about, enjoying, Yang Yinger anymore. Nobody's calling me an ant. Starting now, I announce, Golden Peak Fortress is being erased. Then I start killing. There's no dramatic fight. No epic showdowns. These guys are trash. Untrained, undisciplined, armed with rusty junk. With 8-stage power, cutting through them is like swinging a sword through paper dolls. He's a demon. Run. They scatter like cockroaches when you turn on the lights. Some try to grab Yang Yinger as a hostage. Bad idea. My sword finds their necks before their hands find her. Every swing. A head. Every step. A body. Every breath. Another soul departing. Yang Yinger follows behind me like a shadow. With each kill, I can see the hatred in her eyes dim just a tiny bit. Not disappearing, just settling. By the end, she's numb. I'm numb too. My sword blade is so chipped, and Bennett looks like a saw. When it's over, Golden Peak Fortress is a graveyard. Every bandit. Top to bottom. Not one survivor. Promise, kept. I stab my ruined sword into the ground and turn to Yang Yinger. I'm covered head to toe in blood. I look like I took a bath in a slaughterhouse. Feel any better? She stares at the carnage. Her voice is small. Better or worse? My dad's still not coming back. That hits me somewhere deep. She's right. All this killing. It's justice. It's payback. It's necessary. But it doesn't bring Yang Sun back. Nothing does. If I'd gotten 8th stage before the ambush. If Yang Yinger's affection had triggered just a few hours earlier, 50 men would still be alive. Yang Sun would still be cracking jokes and scolding his daughter. Timing. It's always the timing. Still, thank you, she says, forcing a tiny smile. You kept your word. You really are. Not terrible. High praise from a girl who called me a pervert 12 hours ago. I'll take it. I rest for a few minutes, then grab a torch and set the whole fortress on fire. The blaze lights up half the sky over Bandit Mountain like a giant orange beacon screaming, "Don't mess with Qin Xian," to every other gang in these hills. Meanwhile, back at the camp, the women are having their 15th argument about whether to split the money and run. Dawn is approaching. The sky is turning that pale fishbelly white. And I'm still not back. Li Xianxian. He's been gone all night. Something must have happened. Ruolin, right on cue, pounces. Let's divide the gold now. Once it's light, the bandits will be roaming around. If we split up and run, we might all survive. This is basic survival. She's been eyeing that carriage full of gold all night like a cat watching a fish tank. Several other women are starting to agree. Logic-wise, she's not wrong. If I'm dead, sitting around waiting is a death sentence. Li Xiaoying holds firm. We wait half more hour. Ruolin can't help herself. Oh please, princess. Don't tell me you've fallen in love with him. You've known him one day. Li Xiaoying's eyes flash with murder. I don't love him. I'm repaying a debt. He saved our lives. The least we can do is wait. I'm a woman of principle. Everything I do with a clear conscience. Ruolin mutters something snarky under her breath, but doesn't push it further. Smart move. Li Xiaoying is the legal wife and a princess. If she decides to enforce family discipline, Ruolin's got zero legal standing to complain. Then Enrushue, who's been standing motionless with her eyes closed the entire night like a beautiful statue, suddenly snaps to attention. Someone's coming. Every woman freezes. Who? They all ask at once. Ruolin immediately goes to DEFCON 1. It's the bandits. I told you we should have run. Now they've found us, and we're all going to suffer unspeakable. She's literally already crying before anyone even confirms who it is. But the powerful aura Enrushue is sensing, a strong one, moving fast toward their position. That would be me, covered in blood, carrying a bandit chief's severed head, walking out of the dawn mist like the world's most terrifying sunrise delivery man. Hope you ladies save me some breakfast, because I just burned down a fortress and I'm starving. Two figures emerge from the morning mist, covered in dried blood, clothes torn to shreds, looking like we crawled out of a horror movie. That's me and Yang Yinger. We're back. Husband. Yang Miss. You're alive. Guess who's the first person to come running? Ruolin. The woman who spent all night trying to divide my gold and FLE. She sprints toward me with wiggling hips and sparkling eyes like she's greeting a soldier returning from war. Oh, my poor husband, look at you. Those terrible bandits did this to you. We were so worried. We never doubted you'd come back. She's already massaging my shoulders before I can say a word. Soft fingers working out the knots. Sweet words flowing like honey. Every other woman is watching this performance with dead eyes. They all know she was the one screaming, "Split the gold and run," 5 minutes ago. Now she's acting like she held a candlelight vigil all night, praying for my safe return. You know what, though? I'm exhausted. I just massacred an entire bandit fortress, hiked 30 miles back, and I haven't slept in over 24 hours. A shoulder massage from a pretty woman who's lying through her teeth? I'll take it. That feels nice. Thank you. Of course, husband. Serving you is what we're here for, shameless? Yes. Effective? Absolutely. Brothel training is real, and it works. My opinion of Rulin just went up several notches, and I'm fully aware she's manipulating me. I simply do not care right now. But what actually warms my heart? Nobody left. On the walk back, I'd been preparing myself for the possibility that I'd return to an empty campsite with tire tracks heading in 7 different directions. These women owe me nothing beyond a rescue debt. No real feelings. No real loyalty. Every logical reason to split. And yet, all 7 stayed. Even in Rushua, the woman who could have walked out at any point and nobody could have stopped her. She chose to stay. That means something. Li Xiaoying approaches. Cool. Composed. All business. The escorts are buried over there. She points to 2 mounds, one big, one small. We're women with limited strength, so the escorts share a grave. Yang Sun has his own, with a headstone. That's genuinely impressive. A princess who never lifted anything heavier than a teacup in her life organized a burial detail and got it done right. Yang Yinger walks silently to her father's grave and kneels. Tears start falling again. She's cried so much tonight there shouldn't be anything left, but grief has unlimited reserves. Thank you, I tell Li Xiaoying. You did well. She gives a slight nod. No drama. No fishing for compliments. Just duty, completed. Then Rushua speaks. And when the Ice Queen talks, people listen. Your strength. It increased again. Her eyes are drilling into me. I can feel her trying to calculate my power level like a human scouter from Dragon Ball Z. She met me 2 days ago at 4th stage. Yesterday, during the ambush, I was 6th. And now I'm radiating an aura she can't even properly read. 2 days. 4 stage jumps. In a world where most people spend years climbing a single level. A little stronger, I say casually. She doesn't buy the casual act for a second, but lets it slide. In Golden Peak Fortress, I let 4 words drop like stones into still water, wiped them all out, and Rushua's eyes go wide. Actually, genuinely, for real wide. This is the woman who reacts to dead bodies like other people react to weather. She's seen everything. Nothing surprises her. This surprised her. You're serious? Completely. She takes a deep breath and stares at me with an expression I've never seen on her face before. Not hatred. Not contempt. Not cold indifference. It's curiosity, mixed with something she can't quite identify. She's thinking, even at full power, SHE wouldn't dare claim she could wipe out an entire bandit fortress solo. And this guy, this supposed cripple, did it while babysitting a 2nd stage teenager. What are you, Chinxian? Good question, and Rushua. I'm a man with a dating sim system that converts female affection into raw combat power. But I'm not telling you that. Meanwhile, back in the capital, my beloved brother Chen Tian is having the time of his life at a brothel. One busty woman on his left arm, one young beauty on his right, hands wandering everywhere like they're on a field trip. Across from him sits Sima Shiba, feather fan, scholar cap, that mastermind smile. Notably, Sima has no women around him. Either he's not into that, or he's one of those pleasure is beneath me types. Either way, creepy. Sima, you promised me Chun Xian's head today. This isn't a joke, right? Chen Tian's face goes dark the moment my name leaves his lips. Even surrounded by beautiful women, the mere thought of me ruins his mood. Rest assured, young master, Sima smiles, fanning himself. When I make a promise, I deliver. Oh, Sima. Sweet, overconfident Sima. Your 200 bandits are dead. Your second boss is headless. Your first boss is headless. Your entire Golden Peak fortress is a pile of ASH visible from 30 miles away. And the cripple waist you promised to eliminate? He's getting a shoulder massage from a pretty woman right now, planning his next move. Your delivery is going to be very late. I didn't find out about this until much later, but while I was getting a shoulder massage from Rulin, the business side of my assassination was being settled back in the capital. Chen Tian, my loving brother, is at a brothel. One curvy woman on his left, one young beauty on his right, hands going on a world tour of places they shouldn't be. Living his best life while waiting for my severed head to arrive like a takeout delivery. So Sima, how exactly are you killing him? Chen Tian asks. Sima waves his feather fan smugly. Don't ask questions you don't need answers to. Translation. I hired bandits to do it because I'm too lazy to get my own hands dirty, and I charged you 5 times what I paid them. Because here's the beautiful part. Sima charged Chen Tian 5,000 gold for this hit job. He paid Golden Peak Fortress only 1,000. That's an 80% markup. This man is the most ruthless middleman in the history of contract killing. If the dead bandits knew they were getting only a fifth of the commission, they'd rise from their graves just to file a complaint. Sima even has the audacity to ask for payment up front, before the job is confirmed complete. I'll be leaving town for a few days, so let's settle the bill now. Chen Tian is annoyed but pays anyway. He tosses over a spatial ring, a magic storage device worth as much as a mansion, loaded with 5,000 gold. Sima casually transfers the gold into his own ring, returns the empty one, and bounces. 5,000 gold. 50,000 silver. That's what my head is worth to Chen Tian. Then my brother starts monologuing to himself like a cartoon villain. Once those women arrive tonight, I'll use Inrushua for dual cultivation. She has ice jade body, perfect for absorbing Yin energy. 1 year of draining her, and I'll break through to warrior master rank. I'll be the youngest genius in Chen family history, so that's why he wanted Inrushua so badly. She's not just a pretty face from the Snow Sword sect. Her body type is a rare cultivation resource. He literally wants to use her as a human battery to power level himself. My brother, ladies and gentlemen, spent 5,000 gold to kill me, steal my women, and sexually exploit a sect disciple for cultivation gains. Father of the Year material right there. Meanwhile, I know nothing about any of this. I'm checking everyone into a roadside inn because we've been awake for over 24 hours, and I can barely keep my eyes open. We need rest, food, and new horses. The old ones all died from poisoned arrows. But while we're sleeping, Bandit Mountain is having a collective panic attack. Over at Flowing Peak Fortress, Golden Peak's rival gang, the boss Lu Jinyu just got the news. Every single person in Golden Peak Fortress is dead? The whole place burned down. Yes, boss, I saw it myself. And all the nearby gangs know about it too. Who did this? Was it the Imperial Army? Can't be. Golden Peak had a deal with the court, same as us. They'd get warned before any raid. Then who? Nobody knows. An entire bandit fortress, hundreds of fighters, wiped out overnight by an unknown force. No survivors. No witnesses. Just ashes and corpses. Lu Jinyu is terrified. His fortress is the closest to Golden Peak. If whatever monster did that decides to visit him next, send a pigeon to Minister Qin in the capital. He's a third-rank court official. He'll know something. Off goes the pigeon. Half an hour later, a reply arrives. Lu Jinyu opens it eagerly. What does Minister Qin say? His illiterate bandits crowd around, unable to read a single character. Not one of these guys can read. If they could, they'd have become teachers instead of criminals. Fair point, honestly. Lu Jinyu reads the reply aloud. Minister Qin says, he has no idea who destroyed Golden Peak. He wants US to investigate and report back. The room goes silent. Their government handler, a third-rank minister, doesn't know either. And instead of protecting them, he's telling them to go investigate the monster that just deleted an entire fortress. Every bandit in Flowing Peak turns green. He wants US to investigate the thing that killed Golden Peak. We're bandits, not detectives. What if it comes for US next? Beautiful. Just beautiful. I'm asleep in a cozy inn right now, completely unaware that I've become the Bandit Mountain boogeyman. Every gang on every hilltop is looking over their shoulder, wondering if the shadow that ate Golden Peak is coming for them. And the corrupt government officials pulling the strings? They don't even know it was me. They're scrambling in the dark, sending illiterate bandits to investigate their own nightmare. This is the best nap I've had since transmigrating. Screwed up. You pervert. You scoundrel. You. Yang Yinger is giving me the full verbal beatdown. I just stand there and take it. I didn't come here to argue with a grieving teenager. Look, I'm not the kind of guy you think I am. I promised your father I'd take care of you. And I keep my promises. A month ago, she would have laughed in my face. But last night, I walked into a bandit fortress and turned it into a crematorium for her. That kind of thing tends to shut down the skepticism. If I hadn't hired your father's escort bureau, she cuts me off before I can finish the guilt trip. My dad always said, people die for money, birds die for food. Our business is dangerous. If he didn't die today, it'd be tomorrow. He told me never to blame the client. If you die escorting, it means your skills weren't good enough. Simple as that. Her voice cracks. I don't blame you. I blame myself for being too weak to protect him. Her eyes are filling up again. This girl has cried enough tears to fill a swimming pool in the last 24 hours. Want to learn martial arts? I ask suddenly. She looks up. Our eyes meet. When we reach the border, stick with me. I'll train you. Deal. No hesitation. No conditions. Just one word. I like this girl. She's direct. And right now, if you need to cry, cry. Don't hold it in. My shoulder's right here. I pat her head gently. And I mean it. Not for system points. Not for strategy. I genuinely feel for this kid who lost everything in one night. She sees something in me. Maybe her father's shadow. Maybe just someone who actually keeps their word, and the dam breaks. She grabs my waist, buries her face in my chest, and sobs. Full body, shaking, ugly crying. Every ounce of pain she's been holding back just pours out. I hold her and let her cry until eventually she falls asleep. Right there, standing up, in my arms. Exhaustion finally won the fight. I carry her to a bed, tuck her in, close the door softly, and head downstairs. Because I've got work to do, and sleep is for people who don't have a target on their back. The innkeeper is behind the counter clicking away on his abacus. Innkeeper. Anything big happen in Bandit Mountain lately? His eyes light up like a gossip columnist who just got handed a scoop. Oh, SIR, you asked the right person. We get travelers from everywhere, and sometimes I just happen to overhear things. Go on. Well, it's a bit sensitive. I wouldn't want to get in trouble. He does the universal, I need a bribe, face. I toss him a chunk of gold because I literally have nothing smaller. No silver, no copper, just gold. I'm like a millionaire who can't break 100. He bites the gold, leaves a tooth mark, confirms it's real. His face blooms into the biggest smile I've ever seen. SIR is so generous. The floodgates open. This man goes from, I can't say anything, to a one-man news network in 0.3 seconds. So you know Golden Peak Fortress? 3, for 100 bandits? Big Boss is some powerful warrior? They've been terrorizing everyone for years, right? Well, last night, heaven's justice, karma's a beast, every single one of them got slaughtered. From the 80-year-old veteran bandits to the ones who hadn't even opened their eyes yet. All dead. People who went to look at the scene were so scared they peed themselves and ran home crawling. He's narrating this with the enthusiasm of a sports commentator calling a championship game. You'd think he was the one who did it. Wow, really? I say, wearing my best surprised face. Nobody reported this to the authorities? Report? The government celebrates when bandits die. They're not going to investigate. He rambles on for another 10 minutes. I let him talk because he paid for it with my gold, and I need him happy for what comes next. Innkeeper, I need a map of Bandit Mountain. Every single gang hideout marked on it. Easy. Those maps are expensive normally, but for you, sir, free. He pulls out a sheepskin scroll from under the counter. Money really does make the world go round. I unroll the map and scan it. Dozens of bandit hideouts scattered across the mountains. My eyes lock onto 3 words, Flowing Peak Fortress. The rival gang. Less than 10 miles from Golden Peak. The ones connected to that court minister. The ones who were told to investigate my handiwork. I think it's time to give them something to investigate up close. Innkeeper, give me a horse. I toss him another gold piece. His soul practically leaves his body from happiness. He thinks I'm some rich family's idiot son throwing money around like confetti. Let him think that. The idiot is about to go make some more bandit orphans. A stable boy brings out a tall, strong horse. Rental only. If I want to keep it, 50 gold. The innkeeper isn't worried about me riding off. My women are still upstairs. Best collateral in the world. If my ladies wake up, tell them I went out for a bit. I'll be back soon. I swing up onto the horse. Back soon. That's what I said last time before I burned down an entire fortress. These women are going to have trust issues about those 2 words for the rest of their lives. But hey, Flowing Peak Fortress is only 10 miles away. This shouldn't take long. Famous last words, right? I'm not the guy you think I am. I promised your dad I'd look after you. And I don't break promises. Young Yinger looks at me. A month ago, she'd have spat in my face. But last night, I walked into a fortress full of bandits and turned it into a cemetery. Words hit different after that. If I hadn't hired your father, she stops me. My dad always said, our job is licking blood off knife edges. If he didn't die today, it'd be tomorrow. He told me never blame the client. If you die on the job, it means you weren't good enough. That's the rule. Then her voice breaks. I only blame myself. For being too weak. Want to learn martial arts. Her head snaps up. Come to the border with me. I'll teach you everything. Deal. One word. No drama. No negotiating. I really like this girl. And right now, if you need to cry, don't hold it in. My shoulder's here. I pat her head. And for once, I'm not thinking about affection points or system rewards. I just feel bad for this kid. The dam breaks. She grabs onto me and sobs into my chest. Deep, body shaking, soul emptying, crying. All the grief she's been biting back since last night comes flooding out. Then somewhere in the middle of crying, she falls asleep. Just passes out. Standing up. In my arms. I carry her to bed, tuck her in, close the door quietly, and head downstairs. Because while everyone else gets to rest, I've got a to-do list that includes terrorize more bandits. The innkeeper is behind his counter doing math on an abacus. Hey innkeeper, anything exciting happen in Bandit Mountain lately? His eyes sparkle. This man was born to gossip. Oh sir, you came to the right person. But certain topics are sensitive. He does the universal money gesture. I toss him gold because I have literally nothing smaller. I'm like a guy trying to buy gum with $100 bill except the bill is solid gold. He bites it. Confirms it's real. His face nearly splits from smiling. Then he transforms into a full news broadcast. So Golden Peak Fortress. Hundreds of bandits. Big scary boss. Been terrorizing people for years. Wiped out last night. Every single one. People who went to look at the scene were so terrified they peed themselves and crawled home. Heaven's justice. Karma's a beast. What goes around comes around. He's narrating MY Massacre back to me like it's the most exciting story he's ever heard. I nod along with my best. Wow, that's crazy face. Innkeeper, I need a map of Bandit Mountain. Every gang hideout marked. For you, sir, free. He hands me a sheepskin scroll. I unroll it and scan. My eyes find it immediately. Flowing Peak Fortress. 10 miles away. The rival gang that's connected to court officials. The ones told to investigate Golden Peak's destruction. Give me a horse, another gold piece. The innkeeper looks like he's going to ascend to heaven from happiness. He thinks I'm some rich family's moron son burning through daddy's money. Horse acquired. Instructions left with the innkeeper for the girls. Half an hour later, I'm riding up to the gates of Flowing Peak Fortress. Inside, the boss Lu Jinyu is giving his men a lecture about me. Chen Xian? That guy's famous all right. Famous for being a complete waste. His dad was the youngest general in the empire, a god of war. His mom was probably a foreign princess and a female general. Both died heroically on the battlefield. And their son? Born with blocked meridians. Can't cultivate. Personality of a wet noodle. Gets bullied by everyone. Street beggars could spit on his face and he'd say, thank you. You're telling me this loser destroyed Golden Peak? You must be smoking something. He's roasting me so hard his men are afraid to speak. In his mind, connecting me to the fortress massacre is like blaming a kitten for a tsunami. Report. Boss, there's a young man at our front gate. Says he wants to see you. Who? Says his name is Chen Xian. From the Chen family in the capital, the room goes dead silent. They were literally just calling me a worthless nobody, and now I've shown up at their door. With my real name. Like I'm delivering a pizza. Lu Jinyu's brain crashes and reboots. The waste is here. At MY Gate. Don't let him in. I want to see if this trash has the guts to force his way through. Oh buddy. You have no idea who you're playing with. Meanwhile, back at the inn, events are unfolding that I will be deeply embarrassed about later. Ruelin, because this woman never rests, sneaks out of her room on tiptoe, checking the hallway like a cartoon burglar. Hee everyone's asleep. Time to sneak into hubby's room and consummate this marriage. If I get pregnant first, I'll have status. Even the main wife will have to respect me. This woman has a strategy. A calculated, cold-blooded, baby-making strategy. Brothel survival instincts running at maximum. She tiptoes to my door. Knocks softly. No answer. Knocks again. Nothing. He must be sleeping really deeply good. That means he'll have energy later. She pushes the door open. Empty room. Empty bed. Nobody home. Her face goes through 5 stages of grief in 2 seconds. He's not here? He must be in Li Xiuying's room. That crafty princess beat me to it. She sneaks to Li Xiuying's door. Licks her finger. Pokes a hole in the window paper. Peeks inside. Just Li Xiuying. Alone. Sleeping peacefully. Not there? Must be with that fox in Rushua. She pretends to be all cold and pure, but she's the sneakiest one. Runs to Enrushua's room. Peeks in. Just Enrushua. Alone. Hugging her sword in her sleep like a teddy bear. Yang Yinger? She's not even legal. Is he into that? Checks Yang Yinger's room. Just Yang Yinger. Alone. Tear-stained face. Sound asleep. Ruolin's eyes go wide as the worst possible conclusion forms in her mind. Sisters. Wake up. Husband abandoned us and ran away. Her shriek echoes through the entire inn. I'm 10 miles away on horseback, about to introduce myself to Flowing Peak Fortress, completely unaware that I've just been reported as a deserter by a woman whose first instinct was always to steal my gold and flee. The irony is so thick you could cut it with a sword. Is he alone, or did he bring an army? Lu Jinyu asks, because in his mind, the old Chen Xian wouldn't fight back if you slapped him with a fish. Just him, boss. One guy? One horse. You sure there's nobody hiding behind him? I swear on my life, boss. If I'm lying, chop me up and feed me to the dogs. Lu Jinyu starts scratching his head. Something doesn't add up. A famous waste, riding up to a bandit fortress alone? No backup? No army? Just vibes and confidence? This is either the bravest man alive or the dumbest. He's still trying to figure out my angle when another lackey stumbles in. Face bruised, nose bleeding, looking like he lost a fight with a wall. Little Six, did you fall downstairs? Someone asks. I didn't fall. I got punched, Little Six wails. By who? This is our territory. Who dares? By me, I announce from the doorway. My voice isn't loud, but with 8-stage internal power behind it. Every word lands in every ear like I'm standing right next to each person. I could shatter eardrums if I wanted to, but I'm keeping it casual. Just a friendly visit. I ride my horse through their front gate like I'm entering a hotel lobby. Pull the reins gently. Horse stops. I look around at several hundred bandits staring at me like I just landed from outer space. That's him. That's Chun Xian. The first messenger shouts. Little Six points at me with his swollen face. He hit me. I told him to wait patiently, and he punched me. I shrug. You were rude to a guest. You earned that punch. Little Six looks like his brain is going to piope. We're bandits. This isn't a restaurant. Since when do bandits have to be polite? Then he pauses. Wait, he's the bandit. Why is he the one arguing about manners? When did this conversation get flipped upside down? You think you're special? Little Six snarls, emboldened by the 200 guys behind him. Back at the gate you caught me alone. But in here? I've got the whole fortress backing me up. Big boss, destroy him. The other bandits pile on. Kill him. Hang his head on the gate. Who cares if he's from the Qin family? He's their garbage. They threw him away. The Qin family won't lift a finger for a waste like him. Lots of tough talk. Big energy. Very loud. Lu Jinyu, though? He's quiet. Just watching me. Studying me. Smart man. The dumb ones are screaming for blood. The smart one is wondering why a supposedly helpless weakling just rode into a bandit fortress alone without breaking a sweat. You're the boss of Flowing Peak? I ask casually, still on my horse, like I'm making small talk at a tea house. I am, he replies carefully. How do you compare to Golden Peak's boss? Strength-wise, before Lu Jinyu can answer, his lackeys do it for him, because bandits have zero impulse control. Golden Peak's boss? That joke? He was only 7th stage. Our boss could crush him with one hand. The only reason Golden Peak even existed was because that Sima guy was backing them. There it is. Sima. That name again. These guys know about Sima too. And they're talking freely because they think I'm a nobody who's about to die. Little do they know, every word they say is intel I'm filing away. Sima is connected to Golden Peak. Sima is connected to the court. Seema is the invisible spider sitting at the center of this whole corrupt web. And these loudmouth bandits are going to tell me everything. My mouth curves into a smile. Lu Jinyu sees that smile. And for the first time since I walked in, something flickers behind his eyes. Not anger. Not confusion. Fear. Because a man who smiles while surrounded by hundreds of enemies is either insane or knows something they don't. And right about now, back at the inn, Roland has just discovered my empty room and is screaming at the top of her lungs. Sisters. Husband ran away and abandoned us. The woman who tried to split my gold and flee 12 hours ago is now accusing me of being the deserter. I swear, when I get back, I'm using the woman-taming whip on her. 5 times. Who is this Seema guy? How powerful is he in the capital? Why does he want me dead? Is he connected to Chintian? All mysteries. All getting solved today. Boss Lu. Simple question. Who is Seema? Lu Jinyu blinks. He was expecting threats, trash talk, maybe some dramatic monologuing. Instead, I'm just asking questions. Like a journalist who rode into a bandit fortress. He's a big shot in the capital, and you don't know him? Oh wait, he catches himself. I forgot. Seema operates at the upper levels. You're just bottom-tier Chin family trash. You wouldn't have access to someone like him. Ouch. True, but ouch. I asked about Seema. You answered about me. That's not how questions work. I shake my head. Looks like bandits only understand one language. Let me switch to yours. My eyes go cold. Heh. Let's see what you've got. Lu Jinyu flexes and his shirt literally explodes off his body. Shredded fabric everywhere. Muscles bulging like a bodybuilder who got stung by 1,000 bees. Bring me my blade. A lackey runs over carrying a sword that's basically a surfboard with a handle. 4 feet long, thick as a tree branch. So heavy a normal person would need both hands just to lift it. Lu Jinyu grabs it with one hand like it's a chopstick. This guy is 8th stage. Same as me. Well, this is going to be interesting. Hiya. He swings the monster blade straight at me. I jump off my horse and smack its butt to send it running. If I don't, that sword will bisect the poor animal like a watermelon at a summer party. Boom. The blade misses me by inches and hits a stone lion statue next to the entrance. The statue detonates into rubble. Not sliced, exploded. This weapon doesn't need to be sharp. It's so heavy it just pulverizes whatever it touches. He spins and swings again. And again. No technique, no finesse, just raw caveman power. Swing big sword. Hit thing. Thing die. Problem. I don't have a weapon. My last sword broke after the Golden Peak massacre. And even if I had one, it'd snap like a toothpick against his monster blade. So I dodge. And dodge. And dodge again. The bandits go wild. Haha. He's running like a turtle. So much for being tough. Can't even fight back. You're dead today, pretty boy. Yeah, laugh it up. I'm not running. I'm waiting. See, Lu Jinyu's fighting style has one critical weakness. He's swinging a 200-pound blade with one arm. Every swing has a recovery window. That split second when the blade reaches full extension and he has to pull it back for the next swing. 3 more dodges. 2 more. 1 more. There. He finishes a massive downward chop and pulls the blade back. For exactly half a second, his guard is wide open. I launch forward. Dragon claw hand. 5 fingers lock around his throat like a steel vise. The cheering dies. Instantly. Like someone unplugged the speakers. Don't move. My voice is ice. One twitch and I snap your neck like a breadstick. Lu Jinyu's face cycles through several emotions at high speed. Shock, denial, terror, acceptance. Death is literally 5 finger muscles away. He can feel it. His hand opens. The giant blade drops. Boom! Cracks the floor tiles. That thing weighs as much as a person. He raises both hands in surrender and forces out the most pathetic smile I've ever seen on a grown man's face. Brother, let's talk this out like civilized people. Now you want to be civilized, he laughs nervously. Look, if I'd known you were 8th stage, I never would have swung at you. How was I supposed to know? His lackeys were just screaming, kill him, hang his head on the gate, and now they're standing there in stunned silence doing rapid mental math. 8th stage? He's 20 years old. Our boss trained for 30 years to reach 8th stage. This kid did it in his 20s. Wasn't he supposed to be a cripple? Since when do cripples grab people by the throat? Their faces are a museum of emotions. Shock, confusion, fear, regret about all those things they just yelled. The classic, I talk trash, and now the trash is choking my boss. Realization. Lu Jinyu is dangling from my dragon claw like a kitten held by the scruff. The most feared bandit leader in Flowing Peak Fortress, wielder of a sword that can split stone statues, reduced to, brother, let's be friends, in under 30 seconds. I haven't even broken a sweat. Now then, let's have that civilized conversation about your friend Sima. And this time, I expect detailed answers. The bandits are whispering among themselves like school kids who just watched the teacher get detention. So that's who destroyed Golden Peak. No wonder he walked in here alone. He's not stupid, he's just that strong. We are so screwed. Lu Jinyu, still dangling from my dragon claw like a fish on a hook, switches into full survival mode. Starts pulling the "we're basically family" card. Brother, we're practically neighbors. I'm from the capital too. I was a big shot there before I got sentenced to death and escaped on the way to my own execution. Who's your brother? Don't get familiar with me. I squeeze slightly. Right. Sorry. Not brothers. Sir. Master. Your Excellency. Whatever you want. He slaps himself twice across the face, carefully, without touching my hand. Smart. I'm going to ask questions. You're going to answer. Good answers, you live. Bad answers, you die? Simple enough? Yes, yes, yes. Ask me anything. I'll tell you everything, including my grandmother's secret recipes. Who is Sima? And this man sings like a canary at a karaoke competition. Doesn't even pause to breathe. Sima's real name is Sima Shiba. He's the son of the Ministry of Personnel's vice minister. I know this because MY boss is Minister Chin from the Ministry of War. They're buddies. Every bandit gang in these mountains is basically a pet owned by some court official. The army can't beat us because we're their own people. You don't send troops to kill your own attack dogs. I didn't even ask half of that. This man is so terrified he's giving me bonus information. Free DLC with every answer. Sima Shiba, son of a vice minister. That's who's pulling the strings. I searched through the original Chun Xian's memories, and yep, there it is. The Sima family visits the Chun household every year. And one of the vice minister's sons, Sima Shiba, was seen hanging out with Chun Tian privately multiple times. So the chain is, Chun Tian hired Sima Shiba. Sima Shiba hired Golden Peak Fortress. Golden Peak tried to kill me. Everyone in Golden Peak is now dead. The source of all my problems? Still my dear brother. Golden Peak was Sima's attack dogs. Lu Jinyu continues, spit flying everywhere. The ambush on your convoy? That was Sima's direct order. Enough? I toss him onto the ground like a bag of dirty laundry. He crashes, grabs his throat, and coughs violently. 5 deep finger marks are printed into his neck like a permanent necklace. Boss, are you okay? His lackeys swarm around him. Then some genius with more courage than brain cells decides to block my exit. Surround him. Don't let him leave. Oh, really? You're not letting me go? I smile. Little Six, the guy I punched at the gate, who apparently has 0 learning ability, puffs up his chest. You only won because you cheated. You grabbed our boss by surprise. In a fair fight, fist to fist, our boss would crush you. I shake my head. Since you won't let me leave, I guess I'll have to repeat what I did at Golden Peak. The entire fortress goes cold. Every bandit gets goosebumps simultaneously. Did he just say what I think he said? Why, you're bluffing. We're not some third-rate gang like Golden Peak. One bandit stammers, but his voice is shaking so bad it sounds like he's vibrating. Want to test that theory? I ask pleasantly. I genuinely don't care. These are bandits. Murderers. Thieves. If I wipe them out, the local villagers will build me a statue. Killing bandits isn't murder. It's community service. Stop. Stop, stop, stop. Lu Jinyu scrambles to his feet, waving his arms desperately, bowing so hard he might break his own spine. Master Chun, these idiots don't speak for me. Please. Mercy. His men are stunned. This is Lu Jinyu. Nickname. Lu the Maniac. The man who slaughtered a 6th-rank official's entire family, 30 people, in one night. The man who escaped his own execution, came to Bandit Mountain, and murdered the previous fortress boss to take his seat. Every bandit in these mountains gives him respect because he's the most ruthless killer in the region. And he's begging. Boss, why are you, boss, your reputation, boss, we outnumber him 100 to 1. They don't get it. They didn't feel my hand on their throat. Lu Jinyu did. He felt exactly how easy it would be for me to end him. One squeeze. Less effort than cracking a walnut. 100 bandits don't matter when each one goes down in a single sword stroke. Numbers only help when you're fighting someone on your level, against someone who can cut through your men like mowing grass. Numbers just mean more funerals. Lu Jinyu gets it. That's why he's the boss. And that's why he's the one bowing while his men are still posturing. Smart dog knows when to sit. Shut your mouths, you idiots. Lu Jinyu screams at his own men so hard his voice cracks. Did you not see me almost get my neck snapped like a pretzel 5 seconds ago? The bandits zip it. When Lu the maniac tells you to shut up, you shut up. This is the guy who murdered an entire official's family, 30 people, in one night. If he says be quiet, you become a mime. Master Chun, please treat Flowing Peak as your own home. Come whenever you want. Leave whenever you want. The door is always open. He's smiling so hard his face might split. But behind that smile, his brain is running at maximum speed trying to figure me out. And you know what conclusion he reaches? That I was faking being a cripple my entire life. His logic: my dad was the youngest general in Empire history, reached warrior king rank before 30. My mom was a foreign princess and a warrior prodigy. Two absolute gods of combat. And they produced a cripple? Impossible. In Lu Jinyu's mind, I've been playing the longest con in history. Pretending to be weak. Hiding my power. Waiting for the perfect moment to reveal myself. A sleeping dragon finally opening its eyes. If I knew what this guy was imagining, I'd laugh. Bro, I literally got this power from a dating sim system 2 days ago. There's no 20-year master plan. A princess thought I was slightly less terrible than expected, and I got free cultivation levels. That's IT. But hey, if he wants to think I'm some legendary hidden genius, I'm not going to correct him. One more question. Who's the biggest gang in Bandit Mountain? Lu Jinyu blinks. Oh no. He's thinking, this maniac is going to go fight them too, isn't he? He's doing a world tour of bandit fortresses. The biggest is Overlord Fortress. Over 1,000 fighters. Their boss is called Li the Overlord. Reached warrior master rank years ago. The imperial court tried to recruit him. He refused. They sent the army. He ran. Army leaves. He comes back. Nobody can touch him. Warrior master rank. That's an entire major realm above me. Not just a level gap, a dimension gap. One warrior master could beat 10 peak warrior 9th stage fighters. They can project internal force through the air. Their punches shatter bones on contact. My brain does the math instantly. Me at 8th stage versus a warrior master? I'd need 10 lives, and I'd still lose all of them. So are you going to fight Overlord Fortress? Lu Jinyu asks eagerly, clearly hoping I'll go get killed by someone else, so he doesn't have to worry about me anymore. Why would I? I've got no beef with them. I'm not crazy. Lu Jinyu's face goes blank. You're not going to fight them? I just asked out of curiosity. We're done here. Later, I walk over to my horse, which has been nervously trotting around the courtyard because these geniuses closed the gates for their trap the intruder plan. Except the intruder turned out to be a bigger predator than the trappers. I swing up onto the horse and ride straight out. Nobody moves to stop me. Not even Little Six. Behind me, the bandits stand in the wind, completely dumbfounded. Wait. What just happened? He came to our fortress, punched our guard, choked our boss, asked some questions, and just left. We have no grudge with him. Why did he do this to us? I've been a bandit for years, and I've never been this disrespected. Lu Jinyu stares at my shrinking silhouette and rubs his bruised throat. 5 finger marks. A permanent reminder of the day a 20-year-old cripple walked into his fortress, grabbed him like a rag doll, extracted classified intelligence, and strolled out like he was leaving a tea house. Meanwhile, in his head, he's already composing the most dramatic version of events possible for when Minister Qin asks what happened. The investigation is complete, Minister. Golden Peak was destroyed by Chen Xian, son of General Chen Lin. He's been hiding his true power for 20 years. He's at least warrior 8th stage, possibly higher. He came to my fortress alone, defeated me in single combat, and left voluntarily after I cooperated. Please send help. Many help. All the help. That pigeon is going to carry the most terrified letter in the history of bandit correspondence. And me? I'm riding back to the inn where, unknown to me, Roland has just woken up the entire building screaming that I abandoned everyone. I can already feel the affection points dropping from here. Back at Flowing Peak, the bandits are having a full existential crisis. Wait. He came in, punched our guy, choked our boss, asked some questions, and just walked out. He didn't steal our money, didn't take our food, didn't even look at our women. Then what was the point? They've spent their whole careers robbing people. Now they got robbed of their dignity. And the thief didn't even want their stuff. He just wanted answers and to slap someone around for fun. They don't know how to process this. Lu Jinyu grabs a pen and paper to write his government handler. Dear Minister Qin, Golden Peak was destroyed by Chen Xian, son of General Chen Lin. He then visited My Fortress, choked me personally, and left. Please advise. P.S. I need therapy. Meanwhile, back at the inn, my women have assembled a full crisis committee in my bedroom. Where is he? Did he abandon us? Let's split the money. Guess who said that one? Rulin has been pushing the divide the gold agenda since hour one. This woman treats my savings like a piñata she's been waiting to crack open. Li Xiaoying is pacing, visibly agitated. She won't admit it, but my absence is bothering her. There's an emptiness she can't explain, and she hates that she can't explain it. And Rushua stands in the corner hugging her sword, pretending she doesn't care. Face, emotionless. Ears, secretly pointed in the direction of every conversation. Classic and Rushua. Ruolin makes her move. Big sis, let's just split the money and go our separate. Li Xiaoying snaps. You want to leave? Leave. But you're not taking a single coin of his money with you. Ruolin deflates like a punctured balloon. Fine. No need to be so mean about it. She mutters, retreating into her corner to pout. Lu Qiqi, the cultured daughter from a rebel family, saved from execution because the Chun family pulled strings, asks softly, do you think he'll come back? He will. Everyone turns. It's Yang Yinger. Clean now, wearing a beautiful horse-face skirt with a saber on her hip. She looks like a warrior princess who just stepped out of a painting. Even Rushua opens one eye. How can you be so sure? And Rushua asks coolly. Because he keeps his promises. He promised my father he'd take care of me. He took me to avenge my dad. He doesn't say things he doesn't mean. He will come back. The room goes quiet. That kind of absolute, unshakable faith hits different when it comes from a girl who watched me burn down a fortress 12 hours ago. And then, creak. The door opens. I walk in. 7 women. All in my room. All staring at me. Why is everyone in my bedroom? You disappeared, Li Xiaoying blurts out, then catches herself and goes cold again. We thought you left us behind. Husband, Ruolin launches herself at me. Arms open, tears flowing, voice dripping honey. I was so worried. Where did you go? You didn't even leave a note. We were sick with worry. This woman was literally trying to divide my gold and flee 20 minutes ago. Now she's hugging me like a soldier's wife at an airport reunion. The audacity. The range. Where'd you go? Yang Yinger asks simply. No drama. Just a question. Every eye is on me. Even in Rushua, who's pretending to look at the wall, has one ear visibly tilted my direction. And I freeze. What do I say? Oh, I just popped over to another bandit fortress, choked their boss, extracted classified intelligence about a corrupt government conspiracy, and rode back. If I say that, they'll want details. Questions. Explanations. I'll be here for hours. Maybe I should just say I went for a walk. I hesitate for 1 second too long, and Li Xiaoying's expression turns to ICE. It's a simple question. Where did you go? Why is it so hard to answer? Unless you did something you're ashamed of. The princess is giving me the, are you cheating on us? Look. I've got 7 women and a system, and somehow I'm being interrogated like a husband who came home at 3 a.m. smelling like perfume. I went to fight bandits. I literally risked my life gathering intelligence to protect all of you. And this is my welcome home party? The irony of my situation is staggering. I'm the most faithful man in this world, not by choice, but because every time I even glance at a woman wrong, my affection points tank, and I'm being treated like a suspect in a crime drama. Being a harem protagonist is not as glamorous as the novels make it seem. Li Xiaoying drops the bomb, and suddenly all 7 women are staring at me like I'm on trial for murder. Ruolin, the self-appointed expert on male behavior, immediately delivers her diagnosis. Based on my years of experience with men, when a man can't answer where he's been, it means he went to a brothel. Guilt makes them stutter. It's science. That's not science. That's paranoia with extra steps. But the damage is done. Every woman in the room has already convicted me. Su Qingcheng. One of the quieter concubines who I barely hear from suddenly goes full savage. So yesterday you're busy killing bandits all night, and today you find time for brothels? What are you made of, iron? Yang Yinger's eyebrows are practically vertical. You have a wife and 6 concubines, and that's not enough. You need to go shopping for more? You shameless pervert. And Rushue sneers. Don't look at me. You've got a whole harem, and you still went outside for dirty women. Disgusting. Ding 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 ding. Yang Yinger, affection -10. Current, 26. Li Xiaoying, affection -10. Current, -2. Lu Qiqi, affection -10. Current, -3. And Rushue, affection -40. Current, -25. Warning. If any target reaches -100, severe punishment will be applied. Warning. If affection reaches -200, the system will terminate the host. The system will kill me? If I let these women hate me enough, the system itself will execute me? I'm not just at risk from assassins and bandits and corrupt officials. My own cheat code has a self-destruct button triggered by female disapproval. I could literally die because women think I visited a brothel I never went to. And Rushue alone dropped 40 points in one shot. She went from positive territory back to -25. This woman's mood swings could power a hydroelectric dam. I didn't go to any brothel, I protest. Oh, don't look at me. And Rushue snaps. You've got all these women at home, and you still can't control yourself? Makes me sick. Then Rulin, switching sides instantly, says, Husband, if you were that desperate, why didn't you come to me? I told you my bedroom skills are top tier. I'm cleaner than those trashy women outside. You're so silly. She's not angry at me for cheating. She's angry I didn't cheat with her. This woman operates on a completely different moral framework. And Rushue gives Rulin a look that could freeze lava. She sees right through this woman. 5 minutes ago, Rulin was screaming to split the money and run. Now she's volunteering bedroom services. Pure survival instinct dressed up in a silk dress. I did not go to a brothel. I try again. Then it was a cheaper place. Yang Yinger covers her nose. I can smell the fox spirit on you. Stay away from me. Lu Qiqi delivers the killing blow with scholarly precision. I've read that women in those establishments carry transmissible diseases. Flower willow disease, for instance. It's quite contagious. Every woman leaps backward like I just turned into a plague rat. Some press themselves against the walls. Lu Qiqi and the others pull out handkerchiefs to cover their mouths and noses. They're treating me like breathing my air will infect them. Li Xiaoying, cold as winter, stay away from us. Don't spread your diseases. I am more innocent than a newborn lamb. I went to fight bandits. I choked a gang leader. I gathered intelligence on the man trying to kill us. And these women think I was out catching STDs at a discount brothel. Let me explain. Rulin cuts me off with a sympathetic smile. Husband, you don't need to explain. I understand men perfectly. Explaining is just covering up. Covering up means it's true. What kind of logic is that? Yang Yinger is physically recoiling from me. Gross, gross, gross. I bet those dirty women touched him everywhere. Lu Qiqi helpfully adds, the incubation period for flower willow disease can be. I don't have flower willow disease. That's exactly what someone with flower willow disease would say. Rulin nods wisely. I give up. My arms drop to my sides. Every ounce of fight drains out of me. I have fought bandits, broken bones, burned fortresses, and dodged 1,000 arrows. But I cannot win against 7 women who've already decided I'm guilty. Fine. I'll tell you exactly where I went. Meanwhile, in the capital, Sima Shiba just received Lu Jinyu's pigeon letter. He reads it again, then stands up so fast his chair falls over. What? Golden Peak was destroyed by Chen Xian? That waste. Impossible. He's crushing the letter in his fist, veins bulging. The intelligence was wrong. It has to be wrong, oh Sima. Sweet, arrogant Sima. You took 5,000 gold from my brother, paid the bandits 1,000, and pocketed 4,000 in profit. The greatest con of your career. Except your bandits are all dead. Your client's target is alive. And the cripple you were hired to eliminate just single-handedly destroyed your entire operation and is currently being yelled at by 7 women for a crime he didn't commit. Your refund policy is about to get tested. So I tell them the truth. All of it. The solo trip to Flowing Peak. Choking their boss. Getting intel on Sima Shiba. walking out untouched. The women stare at me like I just told them I went to the moon and came back with cheese. Yang Yinger squints suspiciously. Men's mouths are liars' tools. Why should we believe anything you say? I'm telling the truth. That's exactly what a brothel visiting liar would say. I try a different angle. Look, I found out who's behind the ambush. His name is Shiba. He's the son of the vice minister of personnel. He ordered Golden Peak to attack us. Every time I say Shiba out loud, it feels like I'm accidentally saying a curse word. What kind of parent names their kid that? It sounds like something you'd yell when you stub your toe. Li Xiaoying's expression shifts from, "You're a cheating pig," to, "Wait, this is actually serious. You offended the son of a vice minister? I didn't offend anyone. I don't even know the guy. It's all because of Chen Tian. He hired Sima Shiba to kill me. Sima hired the bandits. The bandits are now dead. But the source of everything is still my dear brother. I lay out the whole conspiracy chain. Chen Tian can't kill me directly. I'm still technically Chen family, and killing your own clansman has serious consequences. So he hired an outside contractor, who hired subcontractors, who are now all very much deceased. Speaking of which, Rulan's eyes suddenly light up with gossip energy. This Chen Tian, is he the one you punched 2 days ago? Yes, I knew it. That disgusting pig. Rulan goes full attack mode. Husband, you went too easy on him. You should have beaten him to death. Then she drops a bomb I wasn't expecting. You don't know this, but when we were still in prison, that animal came to the cells and stared at us with those creepy eyes. Especially in Rushue and Su Qingqing. He tried to assault them right there in the dungeon. If the guard hadn't shown up in time, those 2 sisters would have been. My blood goes cold. Is this true? I look around the room. The expressions say everything. Anger, shame, cold fury. And Rushue's face is like carved marble, no emotion showing. But her knuckles are white around her sword handle. It's true, Li Xiaoying confirms, voice flat as a blade. He even tried to grope me, but backed off because he was afraid of the Tang Empire. He had the desire, just not the courage. The contempt in her voice could strip paint off walls. Something ignites inside my chest. Not the warm, system reward kind of feeling. Something darker. Something that tastes like iron and revenge. Chen Tian didn't just frame me. He didn't just steal my inheritance. He didn't just try to have me killed. He tried to violate the women under MY protection, while they were chained, in a prison cell, unable to fight back. A dragon has scales it guards above all others. Touch them, and the dragon doesn't just fight, it destroys. I will kill him, I say quietly. The room goes still. Not dramatic quiet. Dangerous quiet. The kind of silence that follows a death sentence. He's your clansman, Li Xiaoying points out, surprised by my intensity. Killing your own blood means severe family punishment. You could be executed, she's right. In the Chen family, internal fighting is one thing. Broken arms, humiliation, that's all within bounds. But killing a family member? That gets labeled fratricide, and the consequences are brutal. But here's the thing Li Xiaoying doesn't understand yet. I'm not planning to kill Chen Tian as a Chen family member. I'm planning to build an army at the border, grow my power until nobody can touch me, and then come back to the capital not as a disgraced exile, but as a force. And when that day comes, family rules won't save Chen Tian. Nothing will save Chen Tian. Meanwhile, in the capital, Sima Shiba is having his own meltdown. He received the spy report from Flowing Peak. His mole watched me walk in solo, slap around Lu Jinyu, and walk out like I owned the place. Impossible. The intelligence was wrong. Chun Xian is a waste, he screamed that exact sentence. Then he called for his carriage. Take me to Chen Tian. Now. Oh, this is going to be beautiful. The con artist who charged 5,000 gold for a job that failed is about to have a very uncomfortable meeting with the client who's expecting a severed head delivery. For 1,000 gold profit. 0 results. 1 destroyed bandit fortress. And a cripple who's currently being scolded by 7 women for a brothel visit that never happened. Sima, my friend, your performance review is going to be devastating. I will kill him. And when I'm powerful enough, no one in the clan will dare say a word about it. I say it with absolute conviction. No hesitation. No bluffing. The women go quiet. They know this sounds like a big promise from a guy who was a cripple 3 days ago, but something about the way I said it. Nobody laughs. Nobody rolls their eyes. Li Xiaoying, Affection 1, Su Ruolin, Affection 1, and Rushua, Affection 10, Luchichi. The system dings. Small gains, but gains nonetheless. Apparently, swearing bloody vengeance against the man who tried to assault them in prison is a great way to earn affection points. Who knew? All right, enough talking. The innkeeper has horses and carts ready. Eat. Pack. We leave at nightfall. Night travel through Bandit Mountain sounds insane, but here's my logic. Bandits sleep at night too. During the day, they're actively patrolling. At night, they're drunk and snoring. Plus, there are Warrior Master level fighters on some of these mountains. I'm 8th stage. Against a master, I'd last about as long as a snowflake in a furnace. Better to sneak through in the dark than swagger through in daylight. Now, the part 1 found out about much later, and honestly, it's the best thing that happened all week. Back in the capital, Sima Shiba storms into Chun Tian's mansion. No feather fan flourish. No mysterious smile. Just pure rage. Is it true? That waste destroyed my entire operation. Chun Tian slams the table. Sima's face is twisted. You think I'd lie about this? You told me he was warrior 4th stage at best. So I sent half of Golden Peak with military-grade bows and arrows borrowed from the Imperial Armory. Weapons I have to return. And now, Golden Peak is ashes. Every bandit is dead. The borrowed weapons are gone. I have to pay to replace them out of my own pocket. This is beautiful. These two snakes are turning on each other. Sima is furious because the easy job turned into the worst business deal of his career. Chun Tian is furious because he paid 5,000 gold and got nothing. Sima starts tallying his losses like an angry accountant. The weapons, 1,000 gold to replace. Golden Peak itself, 10 years of investment to build that bandit operation. You owe me at minimum 11,000 gold in damages. Chun Tian almost has a stroke. He paid 5,000 to have me killed. The kill failed. Now Sima wants 11,000 more. That's 16,000 gold total for a job that produced 0 results. You're charging me? You took my money and failed. You should be giving me a refund, but Chun Tian can't say that out loud. Sima's daddy is a vice minister. You don't yell at a vice minister's son unless you want your entire political future to go up in smoke. So instead, Chun Tian swallows his rage, pours tea with shaking hands, and smiles through gritted teeth. Sima, please, have some tea. Calm down. I understand your losses are significant, but 11,000 is a lot. Could we perhaps negotiate? For old friendship's sake? He holds up 5 fingers. 5,000 gold. His counteroffer. Sima stares at those 5 fingers with an expression that says, I am this close to murdering you and feeding your body to the bandits that are no longer alive. Because of your stupid plan. Let me do the math on Chun Tian's financial disaster. Original hit job payment. 5,000 gold Sima's demand for damages. 11,000 gold results achieved. 0 brother. Killed. Nope. Still alive women recovered. Nope. Still with me Golden Peak Fortress. Burnt to the ground total investment in ruining my life. Potentially 16,000 gold return on investment. Negative. Everything meanwhile. I'm at an eating dinner with 7 beautiful women, having just gained affection points by promising to murder the guy who's currently hemorrhaging money trying to murder me. Chun Tian, buddy, every single move you make just keeps making my life better and your life worse. You're not my enemy. You're my sponsor. Please, keep spending money. I'll keep collecting the rewards. The universe has a sense of humor, and right now, it's laughing at you. Now here's the part one wish I could have watched in person. Back in the capital, Sima Shiba slams his teacup on Chun Tian's table so hard it cracks. 5,000? You think I'm a beggar? Chun Tian is internally screaming. He's thinking, if your daddy wasn't a vice minister, I wouldn't give you 5 copper coins, you overpaid middleman. But out loud? Sima, please, let's discuss this calmly. 11,000 gold. Not 1 coin less. And if I don't see the money by tomorrow, your little hiring bandits to murder your own brother secret gets delivered straight to your clan leader. Blackmail. Sima Shiba is straight up blackmailing his own client. The hired killer is shaking down the person who hired him. This is like ordering a pizza. The delivery guy eats it, then charges you double and threatens to tell your wife you ordered extra cheese. Chun Tian's teeth are grinding so hard you could hear it 3 rooms away. But he can't fight back. Seema's father outranks him in every possible way. So he does what all powerless rich kids do. He caves. Fine. I'll pay the 11,000. Seema doesn't even finish his tea. Just storms out like he owns the place. Because functionally, he does. The second Seema disappears through the gate, Chen Tian erupts. Bandit. Scam artist. Criminal. The irony of a man who hired actual bandits calling someone else a bandit is lost on him completely. Then, because this man has exactly one setting, he redirects all his fury back to me. Chen Xian, this is all your fault. You think surviving Bandit Mountain means you're safe? He calls his servants. They run in trembling, heads down, nobody making eye contact. Smart move. Their boss is in, kick the nearest living thing mode. Pen and paper. I'm writing a letter. Even if that trash makes it to the border, I'll make sure he can't survive there either. So let me tally up Chen Tian's expenses so far. Original. Hit job. 5,000 gold Seema's extortion. 11,000 gold results. I'm alive. He's broke emotional damage. Immeasurable, and he's still not done spending money trying to ruin my life. Now he's writing letters to make the border miserable for me too. This man is a bottomless pit of hatred and terrible financial decisions. Meanwhile, I'm riding through Bandit Mountain under a beautiful moonlit sky, chatting with Yang Yinger to keep her spirits up. See that mountain? That's Flowing Peak. Their fortress is up there. Yang Yinger looks up nervously. You think those bandits are going to ambush us? Since you only beat their boss by surprise? Excuse me? It was not a surprise attack. I won fair and square. She gives me a skeptical look. He was swinging a giant heavy sword that slowed him down. If he'd fought with his bare hands, could you have grabbed his throat that easily? I mean, she's not entirely wrong. The big sword did make Lu Jinyu slow and clumsy. But my dragon claw hand is a high-tier profound rank technique. It would have worked regardless. Maybe just slightly less dramatically. Before I can argue further, the carriage curtain flips open, and Rushiue's pale face appears in the moonlight. My heart does a little jump, and not the romantic kind. The, oh no, what's my affection score doing kind. Missin, what can I do for you? I beam the biggest, most genuine smile I can possibly manufacture. This woman is a walking death trigger. Her affection swings are so violent they should be classified as seismic events. She's currently in the negatives, and the system literally told me that -200 means instant death. I have to treat her like a bomb wrapped in silk. She notices my smile looks fake. Because it is fake. It's the fakest smile since the invention of smiling. But she lets it slide. There are people ahead. I squint into the darkness. Moonlight bathes the road in silver. Trees. Rocks. More trees. More rocks. I don't see anyone, Yang Yinger says. But Enrushue is a Snow Sword sect core disciple. Before her injuries, she was probably stronger than my current 8th stage. Her senses are on another level entirely. A large group. They're not moving. They're waiting. My stomach drops. Not again. We just got through one ambush. We just burned down a fortress. Can I get like 12 hours of peace? Is that too much to ask in this world? But if Enrushue says they're there, they're there. She has zero reason to lie and every ability to sense what I can't. So somewhere ahead, hiding in the darkness, a large group of people is sitting perfectly still, waiting for us. The questions start racing. Is this another Seema operation? Did Chen Tian have a backup plan? Is it a different bandit gang? Is it Flowing Peak getting revenge? Is it the Tang Empire coming for Li Xiaoying? Whatever it is, I've got one busted sword, 7 women who can't fight, 1 injured warrior who's at 30%, and a teenager with a saber. Oh, and a magic whip that makes women like me when I spank them. My arsenal is unconventional, and Rushua's warrior senses are picking up a large group ahead. I can't detect anything at 8th stage, but she can, which means her uninjured power level is way above mine. Note to self, never ever let this woman's affection hit -200. She could kill me in her sleep. Wait here. I'll scout ahead. I'm about to ride forward when I spot something weird. A scrawny figure is standing on a boulder, hand on forehead, scanning the road in our direction like a sailor looking for land. Then he spots us. Boss. He's here. He's coming. The figure leaps off the rock and starts running toward us on all fours. Hands and feet. Like a monkey. Full primate locomotion at maximum speed. Ruelin squints into the darkness and gasps. Is that a monkey? Li Xiaoying gives her a look. That's a person, you idiot. A person? But he's running like. Rulin squints harder as the figure gets closer. Oh wait, it is a person. He just runs like a monkey. Why would a human? Then she licks her lips. You know, it's been so long since I've had monkey brain. That taste. Li Shioying looks at her like she just confessed to a crime. All you think about is eating. The monkey man gets close enough for me to see his face. Bony, pointy chin, upturned nose. Looks like evolution got to 90% and said, close enough. Wait, I know this guy. Little Six. It's the gate guard from Flowing Peak. The one I punched this morning. He's doing the full subservient bow now. Completely different energy from. I'll make you pay for this, Master Chun. Blessings upon you. Then he looks at all the women and bows again. Blessings upon all the Mistress Chens. The women are completely confused. I'm friends with bandits now? What are you doing off your mountain? I ask suspiciously. Our boss wants to meet you. He's waiting just up ahead. My eyes narrow. What? He wants a rematch. The women immediately tense up. Li Shioying's hand goes to her side. Even Rulin stops thinking about monkey brains. Little Six nearly faints from panic. No, no, no. Master Chun, please don't misunderstand. Our boss admires you. He would never. Then why is there a small army hiding in the dark ahead instead of just walking up to say hello? Sounds like a trap. Little Six freezes. How does he know there are people ahead? It's pitch dark. They're half a mile away. He doesn't know about Enrushua's sensory abilities. He just thinks I have supernatural detection powers. Which, from his perspective, makes me even more terrifying. It's not a trap. I swear. The boss brought everyone because he wants to join you. Join me? He wants to follow you. Serve under you. The whole fortress. All 500 of us. We packed up everything. Gold, supplies, weapons. It's all sitting back there in a giant pile. Too much stuff to carry over here, which is why the boss is waiting. I stare at him. 500 men. Want to follow me? I'd imagined lots of scenarios. Ambush. Sure. Extortion. Possible. Hiring me to attack rival gangs. Creative but plausible. But joining me? The entire Flowing Peak fortress. 500 trained fighters, all young and strong. Wanting to become MY personal army? These aren't even real bandits. They're privately trained soldiers disguised as bandits. Government-funded attack dogs who've been drilled for combat. Basically a ready-made military force. And they want to work for the guy who choked their boss this morning. I look back at my army. 7 women in a carriage, a grieving teenager with a saber, and an injured swordswoman who hates my guts. Then I look forward into the darkness, where 500 armed men are apparently waiting to call me boss. This morning, I went to Flowing Peak for information. I might be coming home with an army. This world keeps giving me the weirdest upgrades. Little Six, what's taking so long? I sent you to bring him over, not write him a biography. Lu Jinyu comes stomping over personally, because apparently his monkey-running errand boy is taking too long. Little Six tries to explain. Boss, it's not my fault. He doesn't believe. Shut up and get out of my way, you useless thing. Lu Jinyu shoves Little Six aside like a curtain and turns to me with the biggest, fakest smile I've ever seen. Master Chun, I can't help but laugh. Lu, it's been half a day and you've already upgraded my title. You spared my life when you could have crushed my throat. That makes you worthy of master and more. He bows so deep his forehead nearly touches his knees. Cut the flattery. Talk fast. Lu Jinyu smacks Little Six on the back of the head. Did you even tell him? Little Six looks like a kicked puppy. I did tell him. He just doesn't believe me. That's because you look untrustworthy. Your face screams. I'm lying even when I'm not. Little Six is internally screaming. You knew I looked sketchy and you sent me anyway? I'm getting blamed for my own face now? Lu Jinyu turns serious. Drops the comedy act. Looks me dead in the eye. Master Chun, I'm bringing the entire Flowing Peak fortress, every man, every weapon, every coin, to serve under you. I study his face. He's not joking. But 2 lifetimes of experience have taught me one thing. Free stuff is never free. You're joking, right? He raises his right hand to the sky. I, Lu Jinyu, swear on my life. I will follow Chun Xin faithfully. If I betray him, may heaven and earth destroy me. In this world, oaths are sacred. People treat sworn vows more seriously than their own lives. Breaking an oath is considered worse than death. So when Lu Jinyu swears to the heavens in front of his entire crew, That's heavy. The women are stunned. They came out here expecting an ambush, and instead they're witnessing a sworn allegiance ceremony. Li Xiaoying's eyebrows are nearly in her hairline. But I'm a 21st century internet veteran who transmigrated into a fantasy world. I've seen enough MLM pitches and crypto scams in my previous life to know that passion and sincerity can be manufactured. What do you actually want from me? I asked point blank. No games. Lu Jinyu doesn't even hesitate. I want you to teach me martial arts techniques. Then he launches into his pitch. And credit where it's due. This man could sell. First, you beat me today. Fair and square. That dragon claw technique was incredible. You're from the Qin family, one of the 3 great houses. Your family vault has more martial arts manuals than I could learn in 10 lifetimes. Just leak a crumb and I'd feast for years. Second, I'm not like other bandits. I have ambitions. I didn't choose this life. Nobody dreams of being a mountain bandit. If I had options, I'd be something better. Then his eyes lock onto mine with genuine intensity. I see potential in you, Master Chen. You're barely 20 and you're already stronger than me. A man who trained for 30 years. Given time, you'll become something legendary. If I bet on you now, when you rise, I rise. This is the gamble of my lifetime. And you, Master Chen, are worth the gamble. The women are all looking at me with wide eyes. Even Li Xiaoying seems moved. Even in Rushue's eyebrow twitches slightly, which for her is basically a standing ovation. Am I impressed? Sure. This speech was good. Top-tier motivation. If this guy existed in my old world, he'd run the biggest pyramid scheme in history. He'd have people selling essential oils within minutes of meeting him. But am I convinced? Not yet. Pretty words are pretty words. 2 lifetimes of getting burned have made me allergic to, too good to be true. Lu Jinyu sees me thinking and adds fuel. I pledge my life to Master Chen. Please accept us. Little Six immediately copies him. Me too. Same. I look at both of them. The reformed serial killer bandit boss and his monkey-running sidekick, pledging eternal loyalty like they're joining a religion. So you really want to follow me? Both nod frantically. I rub my chin. 500 trained fighters. Young, strong men who've been funded and drilled by corrupt government officials. Basically a private military disguised as bandits. Ready-made soldiers. I'm heading to the border. A war zone, where I'm supposed to build a branch clan from nothing. 500 men would change everything. But nothing in life is free. And if I'm going to accept a former enemy as a subordinate, it's going to be on MY terms. Following me isn't impossible, I say slowly. But I have one condition. The women are watching my face, and I can tell they think I'm about to pull something sneaky. Li Xiaoying has that. He's got a scam face on. Look. She's not wrong. Lu Jinyu is pumped. Name your condition, Master Chen. Anything. I'll walk through fire. No fire needed. Just money. His face goes blank. Money? That's IT. No problem. How much? Name your price. He's patting his chest like a used car salesman. I hold up one finger. 100 silver, he asks carefully. My face goes black. 100 silver? I could find that in my couch cushions. Haha, kidding. Obviously more. 1,000 silver, still black. 10,000 silver, my expression softens slightly. We're getting warmer, but not warm enough. Lu Jinyu's internal monologue is clearly going. This greedy little punk, he's barely 20 and he already. But his face stays locked in customer service smile mode. So, 10,000 it is. I shake my head. You misunderstood. I want 10,000. But not silver. I pause for effect. Gold. What? Lu Jinyu's eyeballs nearly exit his skull. Little Six legs give out, and he drops to the ground like someone cut his strings. 10,000 gold. 100,000 silver. That's more money than some cities have. Master Chen. That's a lot. Time for the justification. I gesture to my 7 women lined up behind me like I'm presenting a business case. See these women? They need support. The main wife gets 2,000 gold. She's the big boss. She deserves premium treatment. Each concubine gets 1,500 gold. That's 7 women times 1,500, carry the one. 11,000 gold total. I'm only asking you for 10,000. I'm covering the last 1,000 out of pocket. I'm actually losing money on this deal. Lu Jinyu stares at me in disbelief. You want me to fund your harem expenses? Your women aren't going to let me touch them. Why should I pay for their upkeep? But while he's dying inside, someone is thriving. Rulan's face lights up like a lantern. Husband is getting us spending money. He really does love us. Sue Rulin. Affection 10. Current. 16 10 points. Just from the promise of gold. I didn't even give her anything yet. The mere concept of receiving money made this woman's heart flutter. I just discovered the ultimate cheat code for Rulin. Cash. Her love language isn't words of affirmation or quality time. It's money. Cold, hard, shiny gold. But weirdly, no other woman's affection moved. Li Xiaoying? Nothing. Lu Qiqi? Nothing. And Ru Xue? Nothing. So the give her what she wants strategy only works if I can figure out what each woman individually values. Rulin wants gold. The others want something else. Different keys for different locks. Master Chun. Even if I emptied the entire fortress, I couldn't scrape together 10,000 gold. Lu Jinyu protests. We're bandits, not bankers. I give him my best condescending look. You've been robbing people for years, and you're this broke. He practically deflates with embarrassment. Sir, business has been bad. Everyone knows Bandit Mountain has bandits, so they take detour routes now. Nobody comes through here anymore. Some gangs can't even feed their own men. They're actually firing bandits. I blink. Wait, bandits can get laid, OFF. It's a tough economy, Master Chun. The bandit industry isn't what it used to be. I'm standing in the middle of a mountain at midnight being told that robbery is experiencing a recession. Bandits are going through downsizing. There are probably bandit LinkedIn profiles out there. Experienced highway robber seeking new opportunities. Skills: ambush coordination, intimidation, horse theft. Open to remote work. This world never stops surprising me. But jokes aside, even if Lu Jinyu can't pay the full 10,000, he's got 500 trained men and some amount of treasure. Whatever he can scrape together, plus 500 soldiers, would transform my situation at the border completely. Time to negotiate the discount. But I'm keeping my scam face on for a few more minutes. Because watching a bandit boss squirm about money? Priceless. If I had that kind of money, I'd give it in a heartbeat. But my pockets are empty, Master Chun. Can we negotiate? The women are giving Lu Jinyu the most suspicious looks imaginable. Li Xiaoying is thinking what everyone is thinking. Since when do bandits beg to give you money? This is like a mugger chasing you down the street screaming, "Please take my wallet." Even Rulin, who was drooling at the mention of 1,500 gold, has gone quiet. Because even SHE knows, money that comes running toward you usually has teeth. I study Lu Jinyu carefully. My gut tells me this guy is going to stick to me like glue whether I agree or not. If I refuse, he'll just follow from a distance like a lost puppy with 500 armed friends. Time to poke a hole in his story. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you work for Minister Qin. The guy's a cabinet-level official. Why leave him to follow a 20-year-old exile? Lu Jinyu doesn't even blink. Sure, Qin is powerful. But to him, I'm just a dog. A useful dog, but a dog. I'll never be anything more. I'll die in these mountains as a bandit nobody remembers. Then he drops some real intel. Besides, the Emperor is furious about the failed bandit suppression. The whole country is laughing at the Empire. Can't even clear out its own backyard bandits. Neighboring countries are starting to think the great Qian military is all show. The Emperor is assembling a new cabinet to clean house and organizing a real army to flatten Bandit Mountain once and for all. Wait, I interrupt. All the bandits here are secretly government assets. The officials will protect you. Lu Jinyu laughs bitterly. You think it's that simple? Only a handful of officials have bandit operations. The court is full of factions, corrupt and clean. And above everyone sits the Emperor. He's decided Bandit Mountain goes. When the Emperor commits, even the corrupt ministers can't keep playing games forever. We're living on borrowed time. Every day is a bonus. This is actually really valuable intelligence. The political landscape of the Empire is shifting. The Emperor is cleaning house. Bandit Mountain has an expiration date. How does a bandit know Imperial court business? I ask. Lu Jinyu grins. I may be Minister Qin's dog, but I'm a dog with a brain. I've got my own people planted inside Qin's household. My eyebrows go up. This guy infiltrated his own master's operation? That's not bandit behavior. That's spymaster behavior. What kind of mountain thug runs counterintelligence operations? Of course, I can't fully trust a single word from a bandit who was trying to kill me 12 hours ago. But here's what I do know. I'm heading to a war zone border with 7 women and 0 soldiers. And this guy is offering me 500 trained fighters on a silver platter. I pretend to think about it. Dramatic pause. Chin rubbing. The works. Fine. You can follow me. Lu Jinyu drops to one knee instantly. Fist to palm. Thank you, Master Chun. Little Six copies him like a mirror with a 2-second delay. Me too. Same. This kid's entire personality is, me too, same. He's the world's most dedicated copycat. Before I can say another word, Lu Jinyu volunteers. Master Chun, we can't afford 10,000 gold. But we scraped together what we could, about 1,000 gold. After feeding 500 men, that's everything we've got. 1,000 gold. Not the 10,000 I asked for, but it literally fell from the sky. Free money from bandits who are paying me to let them work for me. This is the greatest employment contract in history. Hand the money to my wife, I say casually. Lu Jinyu looks at 7 beautiful women and his brain freezes. Which one is the wife? They're all gorgeous. He can't exactly ask, which one of you ladies is the boss, without potentially insulting someone. Li Xiaoying steps forward with the natural authority of someone who's been giving orders since birth. Give it to me, of course. She's the legal main wife. Princess energy. Zero hesitation. She doesn't even look at the other women for confirmation. She just takes the role. In the corner of my eye, Roland pouts. She wanted to manage the money so badly. But she's a concubine. In the pecking order, she's below Li Xiaoying by a mile. The only way she gets to hold the purse strings is if Li Xiaoying leaves. And Li Xiaoying? She's not going anywhere. So here's where I stand now. I left the capital 3 days ago as a disgraced exile, with 7 women and 0 allies. I now have 8-stage warrior cultivation, dragon claw hand, a magic spanking whip, 1,000 gold in bonus income, and a private army of 500 men led by a former serial killer turned spy master turned bandit king turned. My employee. The border doesn't know what's coming. Lu Jinyu heads off to gather his troops, and I'm left with Li Xiaoying giving me the, "Are you sure about this? Look, you think he's trustworthy?" she asks. Does it matter? If I say no, he'll follow us anyway like a stray dog that found a food source. At least this way I can keep him where I can see him. She thinks about it. But having them around is like sleeping next to a tiger. They could betray us any second. True. But here's the thing. I can handle myself. What I can't do is protect all 7 of you simultaneously if we get ambushed again. These bandits are walking time bombs, sure. But as long as I can control their boss, they're walking time bombs that fight for us. The women process this. He took in 500 bandits. To protect us? And that's when Rulin decides the mood is too serious and needs some spice. She drapes herself over me like a silk scarf. One hand on my shoulder, the other pulling my hand to her waist. Then she hooks a finger under my chin and stares into my eyes with the most seductive expression known to mankind. Too bad we're traveling tonight if there was an inn nearby. I'd love to take a bath together and show you my special techniques. This woman is doing this in front of everyone. My face turns red. Not from desire, from embarrassment. 7 women are watching. Li Xiaoying looks disgusted, and Rushua looks like she wants to commit murder. Lu Qiqi and Su Qingqing are blushing so hard they might actually catch fire. They're sheltered young ladies who've never even discussed bedroom topics. Ahem. Let's focus on business. I peel her hands off me. Ah, husband, you're no fun, and Rushua can't hold back anymore. Could you be any more shameless? If you want to throw yourself at him, do it when nobody's watching. Rulin turns around with 0 shame and fires back. What's wrong with it? We're all his women. We're all going to sleep with him eventually. I'm just doing a demonstration for you younger girls. Watch and learn. And Rushua, who is sleeping with him? Speak for yourself. Rulin drops the tactical nuke. As his women, our duty is to serve our husband. The 3 obediences and 4 virtues are basic womanhood. Sharing his bed is our responsibility. A woman who refuses to sleep with her own husband is the shameless one. You should be criticized, not me. And Rushua's jaw drops. She just got hit with a reverse Uno card made of Confucian philosophy. Rulin literally used traditional female virtues as an argument for why Rushua is the immoral one for not sleeping with me. The logic is so twisted it's almost genius. Lu Qiqi and Su Qingqing look back and forth between the 2 women like spectators at a tennis match. Both sides kinda make sense, but also both sides are kinda wrong. Their brains are short-circuiting. And Rushua is fuming. She's a snow sword sect warrior who's faced death without flinching, and she just got outmaneuvered in a verbal debate by a former brothel worker. Rulin's mouth is a weapon that no sword technique can counter. Now here's my dilemma. Logically, I should side with Rulin. She's literally advocating for me to receive bedroom services. What man wouldn't support that position? But Enrushua's affection is already in negative territory. If I take Rulin's side and say, yeah, actually she's right, you should sleep with me, Enrushua's affection will nosedive past -100 and the system will start punishing me. Past -200? I'm dead. I'd literally die from agreeing with a woman who wants to sleep with me. This system is sadistic. Then, flash of brilliance. I spot Li Xiaoying standing on the sidelines watching this catfight with mild amusement. That's my solution. I put on my sternest, disappointed husband face and turn to Li Xiaoying. Xiaoying, until we reach the border, you are the main wife. Main wives manage the household. Rulin and Enrushua are fighting, and you're just standing there watching? That's a dereliction of duty, delegation. The ultimate leadership move. I just outsourced the entire, manage 7 women who hate each other, problem to Li Xiaoying. She blinks, surprised. But to her credit, she doesn't argue. She's a princess. Her mother managed 3,000 concubines in the Tang Emperor's palace without a single hair going out of place.